question is, do I have to wear pants?
Oh, you can certainly try.
If reckless shenanigans got us into this mess, then why couldn't they get us out?
I don't understand what they're doing in this book, but it looks dirty.
Oh? You had my attention, but now you've piqued my curiosity.
You say that now.
I don't
Go
blame
pet that radioactive cat and see what happens.
Okay, you're live. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I wonder if they caught that.
They probably did.
About
Good.
seeing it again, so
They
I can
did.
catch
Oh
this.
god, you can't even see him.
Snowy.
Yes.
Snowy.
Yes.
Just, if you're gonna do that to your pants, go buy new pants, buddy.
What happened?
Oh my god.
Oh,
That-
Jesus.
Wait, I can just do this.
I'm confused.
Where's the leave button?
You can't, you're the DM.
I'm sorry, I can't. What? Hold on a second. Let me push that button.
Guys!
It's not guys, it's guy.
Guys, please. Can you recap, please?
No.
Yeah, let's recap. Let's play D&D, guys.
Why did that one make me laugh?
Because we're 5 years old.
I
All
just
right.
got one thing to say about this.
No.
Violence is hot.
Tight space. What? Okay.
Okay! It's enough.
Okay.
Oh god. I don't have any words anymore for you guys. Alright. Recap. So, what happened was, these hooligans spent some time in the Capitol and did some more paperwork, wandered around, meandered, got some boars, got them haircuts for some weird ass fucking reason.
Because it's cool.
Somebody decided to put a hole in the Artificers Guild.
Yeah.
Um,
Wasn't by
You
our
know.
choice, at least.
No.
Average things.
and then they made their way back to Ekrond to go back and do their things. So, for reference, we are going to skip forward about 6 weeks, which gives the builders time to build things and then just kind of meander and do what they want. So they got 6 weeks of downtime that we are going to speed our way right through.
Oh shit, I never told you what I did.
Yep, it's too late now.
Ooh,
You
didn't
done
tell me.
goofed up.
I had like 4 people tell me what they wanted to do.
Wow.
Sorry, bro, I was taking care of my wife, man.
I'm still gonna pick on you some. So, let's start with the serious ones. So Lysander, as far as you get for the people itself, they're kind of okay. They're still reeling from the the quick change of everything and a little bit of anarchy that was around. But when it comes to like, are they happy with the tax rate? Were they happy with the stuff? It's all they've ever known. So they're generally just kind of okay with what was the normal.
Okay.
As far as finding out who engineered those wolf creatures, nobody knows. They have been around for a long time, longer than most people can remember.
Why have we never seen them then?
And nobody is willing to admit that they had any association with the former Archduke.
Shocking.
Wow, so shocking.
That is the TLDR version of your stuff. I can type out more later. As far as a permanent living situation, short of them building you a new house, you have a couple small homes you can buy that no longer have owners. Or you can shack up in what used to be Kark's house until they build you a place.
That sounds like the best plan I've heard.
Okay. Makes that super easy. The last one's on you. You get to figure out how to tell them that.
No, that
You gotta make sure you pay Clark, though. That's an Airbnb.
It's the only fully furnished one, if that helps.
It is. It's the only one fully furnished.
Works.
Not as a lab or a blacksmith.
There is one condition.
Okay.
You have to keep potatoes in stock.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you'll tell me why at some point, but okay.
Because Kark always had potatoes.
You could
The
put
previous
the
tenants had some issues with potatoes on it.
yeah. You can put the rent due in there as well in the potato box. That's where you'll find it.
But yeah, that last line is entirely up to you figuring it out.
That was really features anyway. So.
Snow. I mean, yeah, man. That's you just kind of hang out, work on your project, and then help people out when you see them needing help in town.
It was. I wasn't gonna have anything like super
Yeah.
sophisticated and hard and take time to write. It was just,
All right.
we're chilling.
I was, but he's not gonna let me.
No, go ahead and send it. Loot, I need you to go ahead and roll a d20 plus your intelligence modifier plus your proficiency bonus. I'm gonna roll it 3 times, once for every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Well, I hit nat 20 on the first one.
Not in that 20.
Oh my God, Blood Sea. I actually want to see that anime.
I
23.
was like, wait, what?
Okay. Roll it 2 more times.
$20.
Okay.
$19.
Okay. So you managed to finish up your cartridge plan. They are not like full production yet, but they are at the end of the prototype stage.
Okay.
And that is as far as you get with that. You start to work out like the mechanical motor thing, electrical motor, but like you don't get to make much headway on it in 6 weeks. Okay.
6 weeks is a long time.
It is, but for science, it's really not when you got to prototype shit as much as he does.
That's true.
I was gonna say, you gotta remember he's making all of this science.
Yeah, and he went from prototype to like his next choice would be: does he full on start producing those cartridges, or does he start moving on to the electric motor? Is where he's gotten to.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. War Toilet, have you done your stuff?
I'm still sending it to you.
Okay.
I'm typing it out.
Gotcha.
As far as Tarek's concerned for now, because he values the electrical motor so much, because that's what he's working towards a lot of things with that.
Okay.
As long as he has like 10 and 20 of those cartridges on hand so that he can do something with them, he doesn't need to mass produce them just yet.
Okay. I would say you get about 7 of them made, like past prototyping, and then 7 of them are made.
Okay.
Drew, I mean, the only problem run.
Go ahead. I was gonna say I meant to get that to you earlier, but I was trying to find some better research ideas so that it wouldn't be as generic as what I gave you. I couldn't find anything that was like, yeah, this is legit. But from looking at it and from a potential discussion, it was like, hey, is this something that we can do? Because this would be a purely, I guess, kind of your decision. And it also wouldn't like break the game or add anything too crazy. When I looked at the different fire elementals that were an option, those are just some of the ideas that I thought of possibly researching it. And it doesn't have to be both. It could either be one direction or the other. It was just something that I thought was neat since there really is no growth of the wild spirit itself.
Yeah, so you don't really have any problem when it comes to like using the wild shape for the elemental and stuff to clear the land, and then using wild shape to also dig the land and start to build this library. It's not hard. There are a couple of the contractors that when they get done are more than happy to, whatever's left over from this purchase of build stuff to give you the excess to build this library.
All right.
So, Toilet, as far as you were concerned, so you do have enough adamantine ore now to make armor. But it will take time to smelt that and then make it into armor. So I'm going to tell you, you get to choose between talking to the guy about the crab machine, shopping, and getting info, or do you want to focus on making the plate?
1 second. Sorry, I can't do 2 things at once. I can't type and talk at the same time.
Nope, I get you. So either you get to do everything that isn't the plate armor, or it's just the plate armor, because making adamantine armor is a lot of work.
Right, I know it's a process.
So which do you want to do in the 6 weeks? Make the armor or do everything else?
Ooh. Could I do both if I had one of the dwarves do the other stuff?
No. Because they have... So the reason it's going to take... The reason it's one or the other is none of them, including you, have worked with adamantine enough for either of y'all to do it alone. You guys working on adamantine would be the same as a Iron Age smith trying to make steel.
Okay, but I get my shipment regardless, right? Like all my shipment. Okay.
Yes.
So I get my stuff. Okay, I'm gonna wait on the armor. That way I can get the information from Wintergo.
Okay.
Fair.
All right. So let's see. So, I need you. So the answer to the crab machine is yes. It will take time.
Figured. Just give me a price, like what I need to pay and stuff.
Yep. I need to know what boots, gloves, cape, and shield you want.
Give me a random load. I don't care if I have to roll B100s or whatever.
Yep, roll a D100 for all 4 of those. Yes, you get the scroll, and I will get you the information from Wintergale.
Okay.
Now for the last one. Tide.
Woo! Why last? Why did you say it like that?
Because you wanted to do the most volatile of all of these.
What do you mean?
The one that has the most hilarious success and hilarious failure.
Oh, strap in, kids. This is gonna get fun.
All right, so here's how this goes.
Do I need to tell you what those were individually, Dale?
Yep.
Okay.
I need to know what your budget was for recreating potions. How much money were you willing to dump into this?
I don't know. I had a blank piece of paper, so we'll ask War.
No,
You didn't have another.
I'm asking.
No,
Ty.
what did what did I get when I got the last piece from him and we got the potion that he wanted plus whatever. I don't remember what we got. The last session.
You used all those. You already did all those.
We didn't do anything for him though. Not the first set, the second set.
No, so you did do all of them because by the end you ended up with some of them didn't do anything, some of them made some stuff, and he ended up with 4 enlarged reduced potions. I actually have that written down.
Okay, I'll have to watch it because I don't have any of that. Okay. I don't know. I didn't think of them.
That's why they're all recorded.
Prop for budget for potions. Let's say. Well, she wasn't going there to buy potions. She was kind of
So I said that because you said revert. You said bugging the local apothecary potions shop patient with knowledge on crafting new and different types of potions and reverse engineering them. So you're going to have a budget of whether it's materials, buying potions to reverse engineer, stuff like that.
I mean, that's fine. It was more like apprenticing under them, and then almost like you work in a soap shop and you make them there with the materials, kind of thing.
Okay.
But I could put a budget in there too if you need me to.
Yeah. Give me a budget because I imagine Willow isn't going to be like, oh, I'm only going to work on this for the 4 hours they let me apprentice a day.
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
Let's say 1,000 gold.
1,000 gold. Okay.
I don't have a whole bunch of money.
I need you to roll 10 times with your d20 plus your intelligence modifier, and you have your alchemist tools and your proficient in those. So it's d20 plus intelligence and proficiency.
Okay, there's the d20. Awesome. Great start.
Let's see.
With what you said?
Intelligence plus proficiency.
You get a high intelligence, right?
It's a +2. So would that be a 5?
Plus proficiency.
Yeah, plus your proficiency.
Where's that? I
You're
thought
proficient.
that was.
So you see where your strength and charisma and everything is? It's to the right of the charisma.
Proficiency bonus.
Oh, +6.
Oh, damn.
11.
I'm gonna get a 4.
Well, I know. I have a 4 too.
It should be a 4 for everybody.
Oh no,
Proficiency?
Unless she's. Are you adding both together, the intelligence and proficiency?
You should be, yeah.
Yeah.
Dear
I
Lord.
thought she just meant her proficiency was +6.
No, it's the.
The whole thing.
So 3 plus 6.
9.
No, yeah. Okay, so 9, and I need 9 more of those rolled.
Dear Lord, okay.
So just roll the d20 and add plus 6 to it.
Here's 1. 12.
Yep.
8.
Jeez.
I'm sorry.
Anybody else lagging on Twitch?
One of these are going to be really good, promise.
16.
Yeah.
Mine's buffering real bad. It keeps
It's a 19.
even like telling me welcome to the chat room. I can barely keep up with the comments because they're just full of welcome to the chat room.
What are we on?
Try refreshing it. I just had to refresh it, and it's fine now.
So that last one was a 19, Tide.
It was a.
You said 16.
No, that
you
was
rolled a
added. That was
13.
added. That was added together. Oh.
Cool, that even kicked out all the
was
welcome to
saying
the
you
chat
rolled
room
the
because all those
13.
went away.
Okay.
All right, so we've got what? 9,
12.
12, 8,
8.
19.
Oops.
Oh, that was so hard not to just start shouting out random numbers.
Right.
There's 20.
23.
22, 34. Hut, hut.
What are we on? I don't know how many we got.
That's 5 of 10.
Dear Lord. Okay.
You are the
We'll
board.
just yell out
15.
random cities and phrases now.
You're only adding 3 Toad. You're supposed to add 6.
Omaha. Omaha.
Okay.
Here we go!
Intelligence
18.
plus your proficiency.
You're making Ty do math.
No,
I don't
17.
math.
No, it's 18. You're
18?
adding
Okay.
6.
Sorry. Okay.
25.
Apparently Dell doesn't math either.
15.
Okay. That's 7.
9.
That 19's really, carrying the board right now.
21. Oh, sorry, not 21. 24.
1.
I don't know why I keep thinking it's a 3.
You got this,
I
Ty.
don't either. Last one. 17.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope, the 17 doesn't count.
Why?
3, 4, 5,
Oh.
6, 8. Yeah, because that was 11.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought that was 10.
I was going by your count.
Yeah, I think I messed up. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You could
Yeah,
just trade
10.
out
24
one
was
of
the
those
last
low
one.
ones for that 17.
Nope.
I mean,
All
that'd
right,
be
so
nice.
What?
How many boom booms happen?
About 4. Maybe 5.
I'd say how many oozes, different kinds of oozes turn into? I mean,
I'm excited to learn all these potions and shit.
It's going to be a lot of bees and no bones.
okay, I need you to roll 1, 2, 3, 4 D27. So an infantry type /R D27.
You said slash
a new one.
D
/R
slash D slash R?
space.
No.
Nope.
Slash R.
/R
Mm-hmm.
space 1D27.
What's it going to roll? I want to see what a D27 looks like.
It didn't do shit.
Okay, roll it. 3
shit.
more times. She will just hit up arrow in the little chat box.
Can I?
Yep.
It'll do your last message, yeah.
Yep.
No,
I'm just gonna
no.
type it out. I'm not.
So close.
So wrong up arrow.
Up on the
Yeah.
directional button.
Yeah. Up on the directional pad because it worked for me.
But now it's going to do the up arrow.
Yeah, now it's going to do the up arrow, so you have to hit the up arrow twice.
I don't care. Here we go.
Okay.
That works.
17.
Tide is having it today.
Fucking, how many of these do you need?
2 more. Or 1 more, sorry.
Today's not a good day for math on anybody, apparently.
I said that before I looked at chat when she rolled the 1.
She rolled a 1 on a D20. God damn.
Okay. Now,
Is that all of them? I thought I had one more.
yep, that's all of them. Now I need you to type /R space 6D100.
Oh shit.
Why did that one actually roll? The other one didn't fucking roll.
Because a D27 doesn't exist.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. 4 of them.
All
All
my
right.
cameras are down. Thank you.
All right. So, Tide, the potions that you managed to reverse engineer
Okay.
are the potion of animal friendship,
Oh.
Ooh.
the potion of frost giant strength,
Oh shit.
Oh wait, which ones do I already know though?
I don't know.
You have to keep
Oh.
a hold of that one, buddy.
That's
That's your job.
What was it?
Yeah.
Potion of Frost Giant?
yeah, Frost Giant.
Frost.
Dell, let me know how much this is going to cost. I'm going to go ahead and add those items.
Okay, I'll give you a second. Potion of Greater Healing.
I already knew that one already.
Potion of Supreme Healing.
Ooh.
I think that's the one that you were trying to make.
Mm-hmm.
So you did it. Yeah.
Now for the other 4.
Oh god.
I love these.
One of them turns your feet into a mermaid bottom.
Can you breathe underwater?
We got Mermaid Willow.
Oh, yeah. Can you breathe underwater?
I don't
Or
know.
does it just give you the tail and it's like, good luck, buddy?
What the fuck is that about? Now you know how cruel that would be to give him a tail and be like, you can't walk, so go in the water, but you can't breathe in there either. Mermaid with snorkel gear.
Don't show the queen that one.
Wait, can I breathe underwater with that? You would think so.
You're not near water to find out.
There's a trough outside. She can go dunk her head in.
I would have had to try these out.
I mean, if you just drank the potion and then your feet turned into a fin, you can't really walk.
No, I guess I'd have to go stick
really
my
walk
head in a
to
bucket
go.
of water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless I did. Did I? Can I stick my head in a bucket of water?
Stick your head in a bucket of water and breathe deep. See if that works.
Hey, it's Willow. Okay.
So you find a bucket of water, you shove your head into it. No, you cannot breathe underwater.
Fuck. Okay.
You say as you inhale about 3 cups of water and have to throw it all up.
Cool. All right. Next.
Are you by yourself when you do all this?
I don't know. Should I be doing this in the potions place, or probably by my house if these are after hours ones?
Okay, so you take one and you don't feel anything change.
Okay, can I go look in the mirror?
You look at your hands and feet. No, you said you look in the mirror. Your hair is now silver, and your horns are gone.
Twinsies.
And your ears are normal human ears.
So did it turn me to a human?
Did you just get turned into an Asimir?
We're twinsies now, Tide.
Did it die me?
Did it die you? I actually made a very potent.
The question is, does
toxic
Willow
poison.
reach up and grab for her horns?
Probably.
But your horns are still there. You just can't see them.
Is this a potion that turns me into something else or somebody else?
Disguise
It's a disguise potion.
But how do I choose that?
You don't
Just think about it. Just potion of random person. Like.
I love
Thinks
the
about
name Tide
Rug's
gets for
hair
these.
and then all of a sudden becomes a human. What?
Interesting. Okay. I'm just gonna say potion that turns into a random human, but I could say random person, or whatever. Into random.
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know what it'll do the next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So do you drink the next one in front of the mirror?
Yeah, sure.
You watch as you start turning to stone.
Oh, that's not a good one.
Oh, this one I probably shouldn't drink again.
You were like, and then you're solid stone for like an hour.
It's an hour?
That's how long you're stuck as a stone.
Can you breathe?
She's petrified. She doesn't need to breathe.
Oh, okay.
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 Question.
Uh-huh.
Can I have that potion?
If you drank a potion and it had an effect, and then you were petrified, would the first potion run out of time during petrification, or would it just pause that effect?
She would have to try that out, because I'm doing this as she waits to see how long they last.
Okay. How long did the random person one last then?
2 hours. The mermaid tail was 30 minutes.
Oh man.
I could
Willow
really
just
use that
stuck
stone
on the
potion.
floor with her with her fins for 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got to remember, she was also dunking her head in a bucket of water.
But your last one, Tide, I need a con save.
Fuck.
Oh, God.
Fuck you.
You made a poison.
I did probably. I got a.
Potion of healing.
I got a +4
Okay.
to that. Does that count?
It shows it, so it's 15.
Okay, cool.
You did not make the save because it's a DC 18. You effectively made LSD.
Ha!
Oh,
You are tripping balls.
she didn't make a potion. She made drugs.
Willow
All these
found
squares make a circle. All these squares make a
Tide,
circle.
I want to inform you. Willow's workbench is talking to her right now.
Oh, I'm gonna
Used
sell
to
this
speaking
shit.
with plants.
All of her tools are
the next
talking to her.
Willow found a new Willow
All
found
I
a
just
new
heard-
party favor for the next ball.
Come to Willow's Apothecary. She gonna hook you up.
Is we have a person that can make weapons, get iron. We have basically the father of warfare and guns, and now we have a drug dealer. It's getting
Cartel,
full
guys.
on, mob ring going here.
No, and don't forget, we also have like probably one of the better bards on the continent. So I mean, you got the,
hold up, you
got
guys
the
are just
rapper.
cutting the whole new thing. You guys have at least 4 politicians that can just make it act like it doesn't exist.
I said we're a cartel. It's fine.
Oh my god, she's on the city board selling LSD.
like that's the first time that's ever happened.
Wasn't there
Tide? This
a
lasts for 4 hours.
Was
You
it-
cannot sleep.
Oh
Strong
god. That's a bad trip.
You have a lot of hallucinations. You see sounds. You hear colors. You are tripping bad. You take a level of exhaustion overnight.
Damn. Okay.
But it's been 6 weeks, so
Here-
you just lose it anyway.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Here- Side note. So, if you guys did you guys read that thing that I posted in the Lyad page things I wanted to make for Willow?
The cheese.
The cheese thing.
No, the potion thing.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make all of these potions like sell as bottles kind of thing. Like actually.
You're gonna make
them.
LSD.
Not real. Shut up. Not real stuff. But I'll make
You
it
said
say
make them as
something
real
like it.
potions.
I mean, yeah, you can't drink them, but
This makes you trip shit.
My favorite thing was Tide's face was like, "You just made LSD." Oh no.
And I should
The
point out
question is, does she enjoy it?
So my question is, are these what did I do with the patron? Or are these just what I did on my downtime? So what am I learning from her? Different herbs, different
So they start you like bare bones, like healing potions, healing salts, like the bare bones stuff.
And
Stuff
like
that you
business
mostly
model stuff.
already know. Yeah, and like business model stuff. The stuff that I'm like, you didn't learn anything new from them. You just learned more efficient techniques.
Okay. And then what about the leather worker?
Oh, the leather worker's fine. Like, yeah, I actually was gonna say, like, by the time you make the LSD, you have your cheese pouch and it's talking to you.
Awesome.
Don't eat me, Willow.
And its go-to
I'm
phrase
not.
is "cheese me."
Oh my god.
Okay.
When you come out of your trip, the cheese leather pouch is surrounded by cubes of cheese that you've been throwing at it to feed it.
You wasted so much cheese.
The question is, do I eat them now that I'm awake?
You
I
are.
mean, you haven't slept for this whole thing.
Well, I meant like not tripping.
Like 4 hours later, I mean, cheese isn't bad after 4 hours.
Warm cheese, nice.
On the floor.
Tide,
Yeah.
you're in medieval times. Everything is warm.
This is true. This is true. She.
That's floor cheese.
It's
Just
floor
say it's all dried and shit.
I
You know,
posted
Del-
a Willow be like in the D&D chat.
Del, I have to point out, she made LSD that made a satyr trip balls.
Yeah. Yes.
This might kill somebody.
Exactly.
He wants up. The dwarf wants up.
Of course, the dwarf wants
I love how
some.
everyone was like, "Oh no, you made a poison." I mean, technically, it's a poison, just like alcohol in this game is a poison.
Yeah. Wait, that's not fair. I can't get drunk then. I have resistance to poison, not immunity. Never mind. Thank God.
You know the best thing about a paladin, though? You're immune to it to diseases. You can't get STDs.
You can have a lisp.
Wait,
That's such a weird
stutter.
thing.
Does that mean I can't take LSD?
No, because it's not a disease. It's a poison.
Yeah, that's fair.
By the way, when are we gonna have the session where we all take one of those drugs and just have a whole
That's
session?
the next one. Like, what happens when Willow just offers everybody a random potion?
I would say you guys don't know that I made this, so.
No.
Of course, we all chug it instantly.
So, Tide, I have a question for you. What is Willow like the morning after she's done tripping? She hasn't slept.
Probably pretty
Everything in her
grumpy.
house was just talking to her.
Probably pretty grumpy. Willing to use her horns if need be.
Okay.
Must resist. Must resist. Must resist.
So, by the time the 6 weeks is over, a messenger shows up for Lysander, knocking on the door of Kark's old house.
Yeah. Well, of course, answer the door politely.
Oh.
And he goes, "Yeah,
Never mind.
yes, Tad. No, go ahead.
Well, it was. I don't want to mess up your moment.
Go ahead. I haven't started yet. You're good."
It was regarding the 6-week thing. What did I learn from the? I know I made my pouch. Did I make everything else? What did I effectively learn from him?
You learned how to make a basic skirt and a basic pouch, because that's all it is. It's just a basic pouch with holes cut in it. I could make that tomorrow.
I could too.
It's not hard. Yeah.
Damn.
So, like, you learn the
Always
basics
fancy.
for making a pouch and a skirt in 6 weeks.
In 6 weeks.
Yes.
Okay.
Along with everything else.
Tide, if all you're doing is leatherworking and alchemy and at night making drugs, yes.
Okay, fine.
Remember, you guys are not your average human beings. You can handle much tougher shit. And you guys have high enough intelligence to pick stuff up faster than your average person.
No, I'm saying that's slow as fuck.
So,
I was gonna say she's thinking.
remember,
off
you were
the
splitting your time between a like 3 weeks a leather worker and 3 weeks an alchemist.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not so much that it's slow. It's like you learn how to, like, when you make them, they're well made.
Okay.
So
I learned basic leathercraft.
yep, basic leathercraft.
Good. Okay. Okay, I continue. I'm sorry.
So the messenger shows up, knocks on the door, and when he answers the door, goes, "Good afternoon. I come
Hello.
bearing messages."
Fancy pants.
Yes.
I have been informed to tell you by a mutual friend that there are whispers of a ship being found in the desert, and he would like you to investigate. And he hands you a letter
All right. Thank you very much.
and walks away.
I will just kind of slink back inside and plop down somewhere comfortable and read the letter.
It's a letter that says the same thing, except it has a seal that you are very familiar with. It is from your instructor.
Oh, lovely. I was about to say, which mutual friend are we talking about? I have many.
The one that actually has pull here.
So did he give a location? Is this what I think it is?
It is, and the location is in the desert kingdom of the Burning Sands in the Land of the Four Winds, which is somewhere originally you never found out where it was.
Lovely. Well, I will attempt to start making contact with the rest of the group and inform them of this lovely
Okay.
situation.
Who do you go to first? Because closest to Kark's place, I believe, is Snowy's, Because it's Tarek, Tide, Rug, Drew, Snowy, Kark, War.
Actually, you'd probably go to Rug first, to be honest.
Okay.
Yay!
So you make your way to Rug's house.
And when I get there, I will knock on the door politely and...
You hear the chattering of a fucking hog running rampant, probably being followed by a dragon. And I open the door looking scared. Yes.
Lysander will just have that look of I'm not gonna ask. I don't want to know.
One of them Willow dropped her hog off.
Phrasing.
Bro! Stop it! Still working on them being friends.
All you hear is
Well, I got an interesting message today.
Lovely.
You remember how when we first met I mentioned something about a ship being found that I might want to investigate? Well, I know where it is now. And I think this might be connected to everything, so...
Funny enough, that's the one thing I don't remember.
The Nautiloid.
I was like, remembering the mission, the earthquake. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but we didn't say... I thought that one was just seen flying. It wasn't crashed. Fuck it, I'll take the crashed one. Yep, I remember.
Alright, well...
No, I know what he's talking about now.
It sounds like something we probably should go look into.
Like now?
No, next month. No,
that
now.
came off so sincere. It's like, shit, you mean right now? Fuck.
How much LSD has Rug had?
He has had none.
It's the LSD called stress.
Damn, Boar's been keeping him up all night. I get it. We all get it.
I mean, that, been building the village, or the town, so much paperwork. How often do farmers whine about the simplest shit?
I mean, to be fair, the four of you have had to do a lot of paperwork, too. Here and there.
This was supposed to be easier.
Actually, this does remind me, Deal. Did I make any progress in potentially finding others?
Nobody that is openly volunteering for it.
Lovely. That's the one thing we didn't really address. Yeah.
Okay, so currently, I myself have a couple of friends I'm kind of waiting a letter on, but we can get the group together and talk about it. Yeah, that's fair.
I just wanted to bounce it off someone else to make sure I wasn't going crazy. And thankfully, it's a source I can't say trust, but probably isn't bullshitting me completely this time. He doesn't usually lie. He doesn't usually lie about the serious stuff, except when he does.
It's so excited for the mission. You're really selling this.
You don't know the epitome like I do. Trust me. Well,
yeah.
Trust me. You don't use that. You don't use that word with him. Yeah, but probably something we should be at least thinking about looking into.
Okay. Have you let anyone else know?
Yep. First stop. Just got the message earlier.
Is there anyone you want me to go tell, or where do you want to meet at?
I don't really care. Someplace central. I don't know.
Tavern?
Works for me. I could use a drink.
Same. Another loud crash. God damn it. Okay. I'm gonna go do that. I'll get the second half of houses. You get this half of houses. Be right back.
All
I'm
right.
gonna run off.
So, which half are you going to, Biggs?
Pick a direction. I don't care.
Well, so you either go towards Tark, Willow, and Drew, or you go towards Snowy and War.
The first one.
All right. So you start making your way. You hit Drew's house first.
Knock like a polite person.
Polite people come.
You're gonna be waiting there for a little while.
I know.
It takes me a little bit of time. I do have some functions that at least let me know that people are there, but I have to initially decide whether or not it's worth it to interrupt my research at the time. But I'm going to use part of that research, and you're going to hear an explosion pretty much on the other side of the door. And that's going to be me teleporting to the door through the use of my wild spirit, which pretty much just set the, furniture and stuff like that initially on fire, but it was put out shortly thereafter. So it's kind of like a very odd, hot and cold sensation. And of course, you're just standing on the other side of the door.
Being very casual about it because this isn't weird anymore.
Hello there. What can I do for you today?
I have something we need to talk about.
All right. We'll come in. I'll see if I can find some not destroyed furniture. Oh, over here in this room. Chair over here. Let's sit down over here.
Fine, but by we I mean all of us.
You need me to follow you somewhere then?
And just meet us at the tavern in a little while.
Okay, tavern. I got you. All right, I'll head over there shortly. Let me clean up around here a little bit.
Works. I think Lysander still has a look of I'm not asking. I don't want to know.
I'm loving how he just picked up on the chaos.
Lysander has given up on asking questions.
It's more like I know, but I don't want to admit that I know. It's like that, want to remain ignorant.
He's been with us long enough to know better than to ask.
So the next house would be Willow's house.
Is she coming down off her trip now, or?
I would say that this is
weeks later.
A couple days. This is like a couple days after, because the last one you made was the LSD. So it's been a couple days.
I'm probably fine.
I would say you're fine, minus a couple ticks where that moment where you swear to God you hear the table talking, but you're like, nah, it's just in my head.
She is scarred.
Because she's she was not used to that.
I mean, I was gonna say this is probably Tuesday in the Feywild, but I mean,
it was Tuesday until she had LSD.
Then it turned into Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday.
Then it turned into fucking 2 months later.
Dude, where are my horns?
No, that was the last potion.
I was gonna say though that I'm just coming up with a title for next week. Well, again, politely knock on the door.
You'll hear a bunch of rustling and clink, 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 clinks, and then all of a sudden the door will open just a little, and you just see her hands like this and her peek, and all you see is eyes through this crack in the door. What do you?
Because like a drug dealer does.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's not the cops, I swear. It's not the cops, I swear. Oh wait, no. I mean, he kind of is the cops, but I mean.
So say we're the highest form of cop here.
What?
Tavern. Shortly. Have important information you might want to talk about as a group.
Is it safe outside?
I think so. Were you making weird potions again?
She just slowly closes the door.
I will take that as a yes. Okay, and last on the list, Tarek.
Are you making weird potions? Who sent you? The FBI? CIA?
Neither. On
So yeah,
Tarek.
This address.
you get to Tarek's house.
What's exploding here?
Everything.
I would say nothing is exploding.
You just hear explosions far away.
I mean, it's Tarek's house. I assume something is exploding, but
Nothing exploding.
again, it's more of an assumption. I mean, it's not. Like, it's
After the last couple houses, you know.
are there any holes in walls that I notice, or blown out windows, or anything? Okay, so just knock on the door politely again.
A goblin would have opened the door. Said yes.
Hiya. Hi. Like I should know. My last name is going to name them. Like I should know all these goblins by name by this point, but I don't.
This is where I say this. Sometimes it's hard to tell them apart.
Oh, you did
Right.
not.
When they're all covered in grease and fucking
Yeah,
who
just
knows
defend
what.
yourself now.
Fair point. I know your boss is probably busy, but we were getting together as a group to discuss something soon. So if you could let him know that we're all getting together at the tavern shortly to talk about important things.
You see him flip a switch, which tugs on a line that you just see disappear into the rest of the house. Tark, you hear a bell ringing that the goblins have built this while you've been gone. This is the bell to tell you, hey, we need to fucking talk to you. Somebody's here for you. And
I love it.
it's loud.
So Tarek kind of looks up, sees it, and he's like, all right. And he kind of tweaks a few more things, puts it down so that it's safe and isn't actively about to keep going. He kind of starts walking back up to the door, and you just see Tarek kind of, there's some soot and black spots on him where it looks like some parts have been singed of his clothing, and some sort of weird grease. It's not the normal kind of grease that you would find on.
It's not your everyday grease.
Yeah, it's a clearer grease. It's not something that looks like it's lubricated for mechanical parts.
Phrase. Oh
necessarily.
wait, what? Lube that's not meant for mechanical parts, Tarek.
Not like
That took him a whole few minutes to think about.
not like oil based. It's a different.
Is it
kind.
water based? Because you're not helping your cause here at all.
What I'm getting at is dielectric grease, but I don't have a
Okay,
good
we
way
get
of
it. You're
explaining
covered
that.
in lube.
And he starts to reach as he reaches. He starts to reach for his goggles. He stops for a second and he kind of looks around, and he just kind of.
I just washed my hands. That's why they're wet. No other reason.
And then he kind of lifts them up. He's like, "Yes."
Tarek, I got a message I've been anticipating for a while, and it's about something that we need to discuss as a group. So when you're done doing whatever it is you're doing, if you come join us at the tavern for a little while, so we can discuss this.
What time?
Soon. I don't know. I don't think we discussed the time, but
Now.
nowish, ASAP.
Soon.
I'm gonna need a minute.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then you see him kind of use his elbow to slowly shut the door.
Good to see we're all working hard.
All right, and then Blue, you go to Snowy the Noir, right? So you'll get to Snowy's house, to Snor and LD's house.
Gets off the dragon, just knocks on the door.
Let's see.
Snow's trying to think about how to one-up everybody now.
You can't one up the drug dealer opening the door.
You could certainly try. Let's go.
So Sneur's the one that opens the door. He looks up and sees Warog. He's like, "Oh, hi. Snur kind of like looks back, and there's like there's some really busy work going on behind him. So he's like, what's up?
As a hog runs into the house.
That's your problem for now. We gotta meet at the tavern. Apparently, we got some kind of letter about a crashed ship in a desert. And whatever you're working on, I hope you got a permit for. God, paperwork.
Sure. Elde, what's up? And then you see just Elde just walk up like, what's up? Rug wants us to go to the tavern to go talk about a downship. And then Ellie just kind of just like shrugs like, sure, why not? It's been kind of boring around here.
Is the stream like paused for anybody?
No.
No, not for me.
Okay. I don't know what happened. Like everything froze. It just refreshed and it went back. But
I was sitting still for a minute, but
well, I looked over and like no one was
Oh
moving
my
or blinking, and I'm like,
goodness.
the fuck. So you good to go?
Yeah, sure. We can head over there. I don't think I'll
Grab
be needed
that
for...
on your way. I'll get them later. And I'm just gonna take off again.
Althar, can you get the pig without hurting it, please and thank you?
That pig is evasive. That pig knows how to hide.
Did you name your pig?
Eventually, Ulfar does catch the pig, but we're talking like
y'all named them.
For the time it takes to get ready, you hear nothing but through your house.
it's raising fucking hell.
Willow's gonna
You didn't name it, Willow?
briskly. No, she left you to name. Do you remember the note she left?
Kind of.
Get to,
I've been busy.
to War's house.
She's gonna make her way to the tavern.
Just gonna knock on the door, being like, quiet.
The dwarf will answer the door.
Oh, okay. I don't have to talk to one of your other guys. We need you to go to the tavern. Talk about a mission.
I said a dwarf will answer the door, not me.
I thought you said the dwarf answers the door. Okay.
No, a dwarf.
Where's the one without pants?
Huh?
The one that owns the establishment.
Ah, okay. He'll take you into a room where you'll see War sitting in a big chair with his boar across his lap. His boar will have a gold chain on. It will have the ring of fire elemental on its hoof, and it will have the cloak of an array across it. And War will be sitting there in his formal coat and the formal kilt that he had on, but no shirt, holding the rod of what is the rod that he has?
You're holding War's holding his rod.
Yeah, War's holding his rod. Let me see. The rod of security. Yes.
Yes.
Roy's just gonna look it up and down. Man, you obviously aren't trying. We need you at the tavern, preferably with clothes on.
I have pants on.
And see, that's not fair. How come your boar sits still?
This boar is being pampered.
This is a boar of royalty.
Fuck this shit, bro. Get your ass in here real quick. There's another pig. You can have fun with that. I'm walking back. I'm just gonna leave.
Your dragon will fit through my door, bro.
It's gonna fucking try.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, when are we supposed to meet there?
I just told you we need to meet at it and then left. That usually means now.
Means now.
Rug's no fun. He doesn't put up with any of my shenanigans.
Rug, doesn't put up
Rug
with
hasn't
anybody's
slept in 3
shenanigans.
days.
So y'all all make it to the tavern. I imagine LD's the only one that goes, right?
No, he and Sneer will go, but I will add
Okay.
a side note. LD is holding out this pig by the nape of his neck. Be like, here's your pig.
Grabs it.
It's asleep for the first time in 3 days.
Can I put these in bags of holding, or does that?
There's no air in bags of holding.
Shit.
That's
Well,
not what he
that's-
asked.
Well, if it's asleep, then I'm not. Then he's not gonna be mean and hold it by the nape of his neck. Then he's just gonna be like, here you go. Probably in both of his hands, just here.
Just gonna throw it up on my shoulder, looking like a dead pig, basically, and then just keep walking. I'm sorry, Ted. Let me. Would you like to know what my animal handling is? It's not very high.
That's okay.
Drink one of her potions, it'll change that.
The
Yeah.
only thing keeping it from being a -1 is I ended up putting a proficiency in it.
I was gonna say, I actually have a +1.
Yeah, mine's not much better. Mine's plus
I was
1
gonna
as
say.
well.
All of my wisdom stuff is -1.
So
Making our way downtown.
y'all are all at the tavern.
Mhm.
You all get a table. You're all served whatever drink you would like.
Water.
Stuart just speaks a bit. Can I have apple juice?
Not the Abbey juice.
It's the happy juice.
Lysander will definitely be needing something a bit stronger than that. Let's put it that way.
Would you like it in a mug or a box?
Preferably both.
I'm gonna say sippy cup.
No.
They have those?
Snow likes juice boxes.
I'm sure Tara could invent the sippy cup if we need to.
It just makes me remember my trip to Florida where I showed up with 2 things of juice boxes when Snow got there.
I mean, I could probably make one on the fly for you, but it wouldn't be great.
So y'all have all gathered there at Lysander's request.
Well, thank you all for coming. I don't know how many of you remember when we first met, or not really when we first met, but when we first returned to this timeline. I mentioned some things that I had remembered occurring in my timeline, or the parts of it that I lived through that you hadn't yet. One of those things has come to pass. And Lysander will just put the letter on the table. I remember, if you remember, I mentioned a unusual ship of some sort. I don't know how familiar you are with these such things, but let's just say now. All right, Dal, this is how much meta knowledge can I use here?
What do you mean by that?
Like, do I know what a nautiloid is? Do I know who operates them? Do I know where they come from?
If I ask him
don't
what
know what
type of
nautiloid
ship
is.
does he know what it is if I ask him? Like, just what it's supposed to be? Or do we just know
All
ship?
you guys know is a nautiloid is something that is very obviously not from here.
It's from here and it's not good.
Well, we know the
it's not
name,
from here,
we
it's
just
not
don't
good.
know what it is.
There are some writings about it, but nobody has enough information to tell you, like, really what the fuck they are. It's just not good.
Cool beans.
So that's how Lysander will phrase it. It's like it's known as a nautiloid. I'm not quite.
It's
sure.
not a Lloyd that good.
Can I roll
not-
an Arcana or?
I mean, the most you're gonna get is it's not good. It generally is a bad omen because there's not much else that people have seen and survived to tell.
Okay.
And it ain't from around here.
So it's some kind of battleship.
Yes. And now the interesting thing is, when I last, and I should point out this letter comes from somebody who would have the appropriate information. Let's put it that way. Thing is, in my timeline, I had heard stories of it, but I never found it, or even knew where to look. Now I do.
Is there a reason?
Like how specific was the letter? Like
like it told you to search for it in the land of the burning sands, in the land of the four winds. That's it.
So that's how much territory we talk. We're still talking about
You're,
like a long,
you're
large
talking.
amount of...
You're talking like. Hold on a second. Let me pull up the map and take a look at it to give you an exact like.
That's actually the only reason I logged into the Foundry, because I wanted to see the map again. Wasn't anticipating combat tonight, so I didn't log in.
There could be, so be prepared for that. Depends on what.
Well, that's why I logged in. I thought I had. Give me a second.
Up here?
No, I know where it is now. It's in my other window I have open. Yeah, over there. There's a lot of. I got it. I got the visual. Let's put it that way.
You're talking. Let's see.
Approximately the same size as the.
Probably about 1,000 square feet of, or 1,000 square miles of country.
Yeah.
At least, and all of it's desert. Is all you guys know. Lysander at this point, speaking wise, would be the only one that has more information about it. Lysander would know that it is a desert, meaning that like you have cities that are days of travel away from each other.
By land.
by land. By what they call a sand skirter. That's all you would know.
Well, thankfully, we have other means of travel, but so I'll relay the basic information. This is, a very large area, so it's more than I had, but I wouldn't call it a great lead. It's a start, but I wouldn't be asking if I didn't think this had something to do with our situation.
So by the time you're finished talking, you hear LD kind of take in a long sigh, and it's a half mumble, half you can hear it, which he says, of fucking course it's there. And Snore kind of seems. Usually you hear him being peppy and happy, but as soon as you mention the land of the four winds, that kind of just boils down to. It just boils down to like kind of sad to hear about that place again.
I think Lysander would pick up on that. Is there a problem?
And this is when LD speaks up again, and he eventually pulls down his what did we call it? Tied a little, just a face mask that he wore. Face scarf. Eventually pulls down his face scarf, and you are used to seeing him being broody and kind of just putting on a facade of unfeeling. But this is kind of something you haven't seen yet. It's basically just like a defeated look. And he eventually thinks about what he's gonna say. We're taking a long sigh, and he speaks up, saying, "Senor and I have been talking, and due to recent events that had happened during the royal ball, it's about time you all know the truth."
Okay.
Senor and I are of a line of royalty known as the Offakanongars. We are from the king. We were born in the kingdom of Wolf's Haven in the in in the land of the Four Winds.
Oh, really?
When we were about 17 years old, I was out exploring the village, the kingdom's village, and and you can tell that's LD's kind of having trouble talking about this because it's kind of it's a bit of a painful memory to kind of talk about. So Snura kind of speaks up. So Snura kind of steps in to speak up. When LD and I were 17, we were exploring the village, like you said, and we were exploring it at nighttime. So we had a torch in our hand, and we tripped, and the torch fell into a villager's home, and it burned it down. LD and I, we did our best we saved everybody saved everybody in the house just fine. But rumors begun to spread about us, about LD, that he was a demon that was in possession of me. And you kind of hear his voice crack a little bit from this because it's not a pleasant memory.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty soon word got to the king, our father, and he was forced to make a decision. He would either have to execute us or banish us from the kingdom forever. And if we ever returned, we would be, well, we'd be killed.
I see. Well,
How old did you say you were when this happened?
17.
Something smells dirty about this. Surely a kingdom wouldn't run off their prince over a burned house with no casualties. This makes no sense to me.
The villagers had left our father with no choice. They threatened they threatened things if he didn't comply. And you can kind of see LD just kind of lost, like a 1,000-yard stare as some of those memories kind of come back to him. And you see Snura trying to put a hand on LD's shoulder to try to get him back and to try to like comfort, basically.
Well, do you remember your maps very well of your lands?
After LD takes a minute to breathe, he speaks up and says, "I can more than likely guide you through the let me remember the name. I can more than likely guide you to the land of the Four Winds."
Well, it sounds like you were part of a kingdom of part of those lands, correct? Not all of them?
The land of the Four Winds is separated into 4 different kingdoms. I was the kingdom of insert wind here.
So we'll check the other ones first.
So Snow, the Four Winds became because of the it's so for those of you that everybody knows the general geography of most places by the time they're adults. Mm-hmm. It's called the Land of the Four Winds because it's the only continent to have 4 different ecosystems coexisting on the same piece of land.
I gotcha.
They have a desert, they have flatlands, they have a mountainous region, and they have a rainforest, all on the same plot of land.
But were you saying that there's 4 different kingdoms in this land, or is
Yes.
this just okay?
It is divided into 4 different kingdoms. Each ecosystem has its own kingdom.
Okay, so I would be better saying off is that we were in the kingdom of the foresty biome.
Kingdom of Wolf's Haven is what most people outside of the Land of the Four Winds would call it.
Okay.
So.
Now the question remains is which of the 4 are we talking about? I mean, I know which one we're targeting, but is that the one that's the problem?
No,
that is
Burning
not the
Sands is not.
Okay.
So the Burning Sands, it actually says in the letter, the Kingdom of the Burning Sands, which
I
LD and
remember-
Snore would know that is a different kingdom.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that. No, it's not that the Burning Sands was the problem. It's that they heard the name, the Land of the Four
Right.
Winds. They're like, oh, that place.
Well,
Because trauma, we love it.
Trust me, I can understand the difficulty. Hopefully it will not. It's something that won't come up, but if it does, we
Decapitate a few guards. No big deal.
War, no. We stay out of that particular corner of the continent.
And as I said, if it does come up, then I've been known to find ways of making sure people don't recognize me. I'm sure we can do the same for you.
I'd still prefer not to go in there if we don't have to.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. But
for our brother's sake here, we can go around that area.
I mean, so now
if we do have to go in there for push come to shove, we can cross that bridge when we get there. But it sounds like the ship you're interested in is in a different land. Which I might ask as well if it was legend or just whispers in your time. Why are you interested?
First off, I'm going to go, and Dell, I'm going to go off some of the stuff you suggested before. I actually looked into it for a long time, but could never find it. Because it is, as we said before, it's nothing good comes of those ships. Ever. And it's just what I do. It's what I've always done. If there's something I feel might be a threat to others, I look into it.
Well,
as I said before, I couldn't find it, and we all know what happened in that timeline. You saw what happened in that timeline.
Well,
so if any part of it can be prevented, then I want to try. We should at least try.
My interest in this is, should Snior and Eldy still hold any kindness in their hearts for that continent, bring peace in some way to it. Outside of that,
I think their particular problem might be more tricky to solve, but
I can.
After at least LD takes a minute to, what's the word?
Collect himself?
Yes. Human Storm will speak up, and they will tell you that they do not hold resentment towards their father, their mother, and they would like to. Or should I mention the sister? No, we're not gonna mention the sister. So let me actually do this. Let me actually do this in character. We do not hold any resentment towards our mother or father. They only did what they had to do, and if their safety is in jeopardy, then we would like to go.
Then there's nothing left to discuss for me. I can go prepare the ship.
Chat for Super Earth.
I'll have the ship prepared.
So at that point, you guys hear another chair get dragged across the table, and an individual in a bright outfit sits down and puts their feet up on the table and goes,
Oh, jeez.
"Hi guys, how's it going?"
Which one of the crazies is it?
Roll a history check for me, Biggs.
Ellie just looks over, be like, and you are?
Do we recognize him?
None of you recognize him.
Really?
Yep. You've never met this individual, but they certainly go. Let's see. Starts counting. Well, numbers, right? So, y'all must be the lovely individuals that I keep hearing about from my friends that just keep doing things for some odd reason.
And which ticket are you? Because we get that a lot.
Oh, it's okay, honey. It's okay. I'm friends with Wintergale and that one's instructor who doesn't really have a name at this point. We've all forgotten it since.
If he ever told you, it would probably be a lie anyway.
Well, I mean, at that point, again, he doesn't have a name. He just has it's him. So, you know.
Out of character. The only thing I know about him is he's Fae. So, names.
Huh?
You told me he was Fae initially, right?
Yeah, it's becoming. I'll tell you, it's becoming more and more clear that he doesn't. At this point, there is no name that is is probably actually his name.
As I said, I wouldn't believe him if he told me anyway. So.
When he sits there and he goes, "So, overheard y'all are going to go deal with a desert thing."
And your interest is what?
Oh, I'm just here to supervise until you get there. See how this whole thing's going after you. Some of you got this. Decide you want to be royalty or something.
On behalf of.
Franz.
Ranch.
Well, I guess we should obviously just make this simple. Why are you?
Because they asked me to.
Did we ask you to?
No, but they did, and they're much scarier than you are.
They are.
It is what it is. We don't typically get our kicks based off intimidation and.
Well, I'm not here to intimidate you. I'm just here.
And you hear Ellie speak up, and we don't typically need fucking babysitters.
Oh, well, again, I'm not here to babysit here, Darwin. I'm here to just supervise. There's a difference.
Supervise what?
You.
No.
Do you know where we're going?
Yes. Again, Land of the Four Winds, desert thing, the whole...
Do you know why we're going?
Mostly.
Does that mean he can guide us?
Okay,
oh,
so
God,
how
no, I hate
about
that
you
place.
tell me what you know, and then I'll tell you what we don't know.
I don't need to get sand in places it should never be mentioned. That's not happening. You couldn't pay me enough.
So you're just here to supervise we get off the continent, and you
pretty much
expect me to think that you are actually part of a team that actually gives a shit about anybody at this table.
Oh, and see, I don't give a shit. I just was asked very nicely, and I figured I was already in town to see this whole new construction thing and figure out, like, the whole Beholder thing was just downright absurd.
I have to ask.
It was also easy.
No. I have a very important question for this one.
Blue's like, you motherfucker!
He mentions the Beholder of... Who do you have money on?
Oh, see, no. Not answering that question. That would get me in trouble.
Well, it doesn't matter. He was wrong about it anyways.
I wasn't wrong. I just lost. There's a difference.
Right.
Otherwise, he didn't have money on me.
Bring your own cot. I don't have extra.
Again, I'm not going near that sand. It gets in places I don't even want to think about having to clean.
No, he's just here to watch us get on a ship and leave.
Why are you getting on the ship?
Unguarded.
The tower literally has a teleportation circle that will take you there to all the major port cities.
Because if we get there on a ship, we won't have to walk through the desert.
You could get a sand skirter instead of that, and it would take you 45 minutes versus like 6 days to just travel there in a straight line.
This is when LD speaks up because more than likely he would have a little bit of experience in the desert. The more he talks, the more I hate him, but he is right.
My thoughts were, if we're looking for something, it's better to check from the air than the ground.
I mean, that would make sense, but like
We don't have time for that.
that's 6 days of travel plus. Like, do you really know how to pilot a thing in a desert where there's way different winds in here? And like, you want a chance breaking that masterpiece
Above.
that you've got?
Above.
I mean, you
likes
want to
his-
waste days.
He likes his toys. Hate to admit it, I don't like him either. But he's
Y'all
also
never.
not wrong.
Does he have any symbols on him, Bill?
Roll a perception check.
Let's say you said he was like super shiny outfit.
Oh, very, very, very shiny.
15.
How long have you been on our town?
18 features, D6. So 15, 18, 24.
So he's got what is like the harp symbol that most bards use, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's the harp, and superimposed into the middle of it is a G.
It's because he's a G.
Oh God.
Do I
No.
have to roll history to
I
know
mean,
what that
you
means?
could mention it to the person who might know.
No, Lysander just pick up.
Well,
on
this is all
immediately.
just staring at it and then thinking about it.
So
This isn't
you would
me
not
actually
know what that
saying
means
anything.
at all.
I wouldn't.
No,
Rug wouldn't, because so it's not like it's out in the open. It's on his belt, right under the edge of the edge of his coat is where Rug saw it. But you would not know what that meant.
I'm just gonna look up at Lysander. What college starts with a G?
Lysander Lysander will just get. This will be a very in-character reaction. Those guys.
This individual will stand up and bow, and there is glitter that comes from his arms. And he goes, "You can call me Flair. It's nice to meet you."
Oh dear lord.
Yeah, he's not.
When-
He's not staying in this town once we leave.
I was
This is
about to
when
say.
LD starts to put two and two together, and then he's gonna roll his eyes and then walk away and just audibly yell, "Fucking Faye," and then leave.
No,
It's nice to see you
Excuse
go. He says as you walk away.
Excuse you.
He's never excused, darling. Don't worry about him. He's just an asshole.
How long have you been in our town?
About 3 days. I was asked to travel here a little while ago.
How long are you gonna stay here after they leave?
Oh God, probably not long. I need to go back to the college and teach.
God, I'd hate to have him as a teacher.
Teach what? Parlor tricks?
Fashion.
Glitter.
Fashion. Nice to meet you, by the way. In case you haven't picked up on this, it's pretty much it's the college is pretty much the antithesis of everything Lysander does.
War, can you make me a wisdom save?
Here we go again with the fucking wisdom says.
Or I believe it's also a college, a college that somebody else here has visited. Looking at Drew.
He hasn't been to this one. No, he has.
Yes, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
War, you are now charmed. You now idolize this individual.
Oh shit.
Go ahead.
Right. Well,
College of glamour, motherfucker.
No, I want to know what War would do after he starts idolizing this guy. Go ahead. Can't sit in silence.
I don't know.
I mean, so,
Come on, idolize this man.
in the context of what's going on, not much would change other than he stopped shit talking this person.
Ruining my fun.
But he would stand up and be like, "You kids have fun. The portal is faster. The airship might not do so well, but good luck." And he will like wave and then just leave.
So who's cleaning up the glitter?
There's no glitter left over.
Why does everybody want me to leave my airship behind? This is the second thing in a row.
Make a sand thingy.
No, you can hire those when we get there.
Maybe we can just buy.
Look, he's right. It is faster. It's more, and this is something I don't think we want to have the wrong people find first. As much as I don't want to leave right now, considering I was just beginning to enjoy this place. I believe it is something we
say
have
that
to do.
too loud. We are in a public place, and you now own this place.
Okay, I'm trying to see why that's a problem.
I mean, you know, citizen morale. If they think you don't like this place, then they're not gonna like it, and you own it.
As I said, no, that's what I said. I'm beginning to like this place, but whatever.
Okay, doesn't look like there's any nobles in here, so that's fine.
So are you guys all gonna get prepared to leave for and use a teleporter, or are you guys gonna take the airship?
Tarek wants to take the airship regardless. Like, I don't like getting stuck places without my own ride.
I appreciate your thought, but we don't have time. We don't have time to waste on this.
I normally wouldn't agree, but I don't feel like riding on an airship for 6 days.
Is it 6 days to get there, or 6 days once we get there?
It is 6 days to get from here to there in a straight line. And that is if nothing is fucked really up. Quick. So it's quick because the last couple times you guys have traveled, you take what will be the commercial route, which is it makes sure you go over more land in case you have a malfunction or you run out of supplies. A straight shot from here to that port city is 6 days, but it's mostly over water.
But think of all the fishing you guys would be missing.
No. No.
Absolutely
not.
I'll buy extra line.
Dragon turtle.
I'll reinforce it.
If this was Storm Speaks
Dragon
Up,
turtle.
if we deal with another dragon turtle, I'm going to the teleporter. I'm the one that saved us from sinking last
We
time.
didn't sink last time.
But did we die?
You didn't die because I had to jump down there and take the hook out of the baby turtle's mouth and give it back to the very angry mother that would have capsized us.
I mean, I could have done it, but plate mail on a.
They can't capsize us if we're in the air.
Tarek, as much as I understand your desire to have the airship, I do appreciate your thought. But I also have heard stories that you do not have the best history with vehicles.
We
This is
keep
your
getting
ship on
shot at.
autopilot.
Listen,
Yeah,
that's
Doug,
kind of not really his fault.
Yeah.
That's right to say. I mean, it's not his fault people shoot at us.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing could happen on a Dune Strider.
Yeah. We get shot at all the time. It's no big deal.
I'm just saying, it's easier to find a thing from 200, 500 feet up in the air than it is to just be going along the ground with a comb.
This is where Storm
But to
Speaks Up.
say,
Tarek,
in the sand, it's not going to make a difference.
think of it like this, Tarek. Think of it as a scientific experiment. You're going someplace new, and you're going to be writing something new, which I will happily show each of you how to do.
Giggity.
And perhaps you'll even come up with some future ideas for your aircraft.
I vote on an autopilot. Auto
Fine, but-
driving.
Or you're gonna show me you're gonna help me research how to make filters.
I can certainly do that.
I'm about to say it might be useful to have some.
I have an idea. Tarek, let's
Survival
just
gear.
go take the sand thingy and we'll just steal one. And it could be yours. So then you have an airship and a sand thingy.
I want to be able to get it back here.
Oh, we'll get it back here one way or another.
Oh. I'm gonna do some research on this thing, figure out how it works.
For some reason, I just pictured Tarek building like a swamp boat, fan boat to go over land and water.
I mean, I did build the one sled out of a broken ship before.
You did. So let's go ahead and take a break. It's been an hour and 40 minutes, 45. So.
Okay, we be back.
Okay, dokie.
10 minutes.
You say 10 minutes.
10 minutes and 1 second.
Depends on how long it takes the dog to the bathroom.
Okay,
Right, pups?
we're back.
we go!
It's me, Mario.
Hi, guys.
Wah!
Oh, jeez, that was loud.
No,
Mario?
kitties, not kitties.
Wow,
And
Waluigi!
you must have brought out the popcorn because the dogs come.
What popcorn?
Come a calling.
The popcorn you're munching on
Thing
right
is,
now.
you guys can only hear Lana. Phoenix is over here screaming at me too.
Really? Dear Lord.
Don't think it sounds like that.
No, I don't think so either.
All right, Dan. Starts off.
All right, go.
So, are you guys going portal or airship?
Sounds
I
like we're going
vote portal.
Okay.
We're playing Portal, boys.
I've been outvoted.
Again.
I'm consistently like one of like maybe 3 people that are like, yeah, portal, airship.
Luke's like, but my baby.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play with my toy.
We're about
So-
1 or 2 more adventures away from Tark being like, all right, well, I'll be there eventually. I'm bringing.
So, you guys all scatter to go gather your stuff because, like, you can use the portal whenever, so you guys can leave tonight. Or this afternoon, technically.
So, I gotta ask, and it's something I've been thinking about ever since we've been put in charge of the city, or 4 of them have at least. What happens when all of the people in charge of the city leave?
Well,
at the
that is
same
something.
time?
Actually, you guys can have that discussion before you leave the tavern because you guys know that you have to leave.
Yeah, I was trying to look into that, but I can't really find anybody I feel comfortable trusting leave in charge in our absence.
I was going to say, Del makes this a lot easier. Rug's planning on staying and letting you guys go.
Seriously?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Tide space.
I was going to make this really nice send-off at the portal and stuff, but, Del's like, no, you got to do it now. So now I get to do
you
this
asked
now.
the question, and you guys can discuss it now.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not leaving this city without at least one of us being here.
Okay.
I think that's
so
fair.
it's perfectly fine with all of you going, but we literally just got this city. And our adventures happen to never take the amount of time that it's supposed to.
Sometimes we jump forward a couple of years.
I was going to say, so it's not like, we're just going to go to the desert and then be there for a week, because we all know that's never going to happen. So, yeah. I made the decision that since we obviously need someone to stay here, Rug would stay here.
Okay.
Do we have any kind of communication artifact? Any
Yeah.
proxies?
Stone ascending.
Yep.
What's the range on that?
I was thinking
It's got
Wait,
unlimited.
Tark
wait,
had some communication abilities.
But say the range of the ascending is plane of existence.
Okay.
As Willow puts it, you have a telephone.
Yeah. We got a long distance line, boys.
Can we just keep
They're
like
not even charging us extra for
a
out of town
One
calls.
can on one side,
in the
a
office?
long string, and another can.
But if it does make you guys feel better, I'm not just going to be sitting here on my ass while you guys do all the work.
Oh, I know. I know you. I also. I mean, I know you've been working on something. So.
Well, see, there's a certain lord that still hasn't paid his dues. And then
really?
a couple other things. And it's about time to start getting stuff figured out.
Works for me.
Lotte.
All right.
Damn.
So that can kind of be the send off.
was expecting a bigger reaction, but shit, Ty's like,
You guys-
okay, leave that bitch.
Get all your stuff together.
You're just staying home. It's like we're going to lunch. Okay, I don't want to go. We'll be back later. Like
Tide says, "We're going on an adventure. It's like going to lunch. It'll be fine." 5 years later.
Well, Tark stays behind, and he's like, "Well, Rug, for the most part, we've been together this whole time."
It's been 73 years. It's okay. We got everything imaginable in the town.
It's been 84 years.
I think for the most part, you and I are it from a original group.
Yeah.
Just...
I mean,
That
when
reminds me. I should send a letter to Atlas.
That depends on when you define the original group.
Session 1.
Well, I mean, wasn't I there session 2?
You came in the same time Mark did.
Yep, which was session 2.
We're the OGs, okay.
The first full party, the only 3 left, 4 because they're split now, is Tarek, Rug, and LD and Snore. From we went to go to the New Adventurers Guild.
But from session 1, it's Tarek and Rug.
Yes, because...
What about Drugu?
he started a little later, I think.
Yeah, he came in 2 or 3 sessions later.
Okay.
Well, I agree with what you have to say here.
I can't find any fault in it. He's right.
For all I know, I won't see you for another 3 years.
Dear Lord.
Okay, look, there's a lot of paperwork. Y'all have to return at some point.
We might not come back in 5 years. It's all you, buddy.
No, motherfucker. Hold on. You do have a house here. You still got to pay property tax.
And you see Tarek kind of waving as he walks backwards through the door. Bye, buddy.
Fucking bastards.
I'll miss you.
Fucking Jesus.
Now we're waiting for the time jump.
I'm sorry, the communication's getting kind of fuzzy. I don't know what's going on with these stones anymore. But no, so after all that, make it quick so we can continue moving on. You all say your goodbyes. Stand in the teleportation circle.
Let me cut in for 1 second.
Okay.
While everybody's getting ready to go through the teleportation circle, you're within earshot enough that you can just barely hear Snore and LD talking. And LD is telling Snore that you don't have to you don't have to go if this is something that's gonna hurt you to do. You can stay here and focus on rebuilding. And then Snore kind of speaks up. It's like, it's Mom and Dad. You and I have to go. You and I have to go and figure out if we can help them. And we really need to figure out if something's wrong with Kaya.
Okay.
And then they all get in the portal.
Okay, so Snore and LD are going?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you guys stand inside this magical circle. Some of the wizards from the Wizard's Tower say some magical words, and you are engulfed in light. And then you are standing somewhere, and it is far more humid and far hotter than where you were before.
Oh God, they teleported to Florida.
I was trying to say before we went. Before I actually stand in the circle, Tarek walks up to Rug and is like, "Well, this is it. I'll see you when I see you." And he holds out his hand.
Did you give him the stones?
And you feel a small, smooth stone. And when you open your hand, you see something that kind of looks like this.
Oh, it shan't be too.
Ooh.
I love that we both immediately had the same exact thought, Blue. The same fucking time.
That is the best sending stone ever. Oh
It actually
god.
whispers sweet nothings in your ear.
No, it whispers, I want to go to Penumbra.
So, those of you
You'll
that
be
go,
fine. And tell
Good.
Snow and LD that, I'll be talking to the contractors that are in their house. They didn't sign shit in paperwork. And I'm just going to leave.
Snore peeks out, and this is as they're about to tell Bart, actually, I did. Everything's all in
And
order.
they're
Okay,
gone. Oh, actually,
So, it is hotter and far more humid. From where you're standing, it is an open, looks kind of like a balcony slash gazebo on top of a tower. You can see the ocean in front of you. To your left, which you guess is north based on where the sun is grass and flatlands and some forest. To your right, which is the southwest, nothing but desert. And you can see from standing here that this town is divided. Half of it sits on lush green flatland grass. The other half is just nothing but dirt and desert.
Right then. Let's find out what this town's called so that when we ask to come back here, we can actually know what to tell them. And Tark starts walking off into town.
This is when we'll say LD speaks up this time. Be like, I know this town.
Oh?
Yeah.
The town is called Crosswind. As Loot has to lick his fingers so he can write notes. He didn't forget the best part of the Doritos.
He licks his fingers when he has lube on them, apparently, too.
Dielectric grease.
I love that didn't get any better as we went on. So, you make your way down the tower. You come out of the tower, because from where you're at, it's just a straight spiral staircase down. And the building construction here is much different than you're used to. It looks like the roofs are made of like clay shingles, dried clay blocks for most of this. Willow, you've never seen, like, you guys are kind of in like the marketplace area in the center of town. You've never seen some of the herbs that are here. None of you have seen some of the fish that they're selling. The smells are all
go collect herbs and shit.
Yeah, the smells are all completely different. You guys see effectively what are, the first time you're seeing camels, basically for the desert treks. So where do you go?
As soon as Snore sees Willow touch like a certain plant, he's like, no, let's not touch that one. That one's
Well, so none of the plants are like planted. Like there is a herb vendor probably about 45 meters from where you guys.
That's fair.
Yeah.
She's gonna go look at what they have over there.
They have stuff that you've never seen before.
She just starts pointing to things and say, "What's that?"
He starts giving you names for the plants, and it's while it is common, the dialect seems slightly odd.
Do I understand it?
So yes, you understand it, but it's more like
it's like an accent, kind of.
It is. It's like an accent, right? Like the inflection on certain letters in certain parts of the word are entirely different.
Okay. I'm asking what these are, what they do, is what I'm asking.
So this person has everything from are like teas all the way to stuff to make stuff that. This is the first time you've probably been told what a sunburn is. Well, like they have the equivalent of aloe, right? It's meant to help with sun poisoning, is what they call it.
Okay.
So, what are the rest of you doing?
Tark
So
walks
El-
up behind and is like, "Aloe, what's that? Does it taste good?" And he picks it up and like goes
After-
to
right when
what?
as soon as like Tarek is like Snor says this too late because Tarek already bites into it. Snor's like, wait, no. Oh.
Why
well,
would he just?
shit.
He doesn't randomly just bite shit usually.
No, he said he was biting into it.
He's like,
Luke, have you ever bitten into aloe an aloe plant?
I got some there. I can.
It's not tasty, my friend.
I know.
Not at all.
Do it.
I figured as much.
It tastes like it's got the consistency of lotion, and it's just so you owe this guy a silver for the stalk that you bit. But
Okay.
God, does it taste horrible, and it's just like
Yogurt.
Yeah, you kind of
worse than yogurt.
You kind of see like Tark trying to spit it out, and then because it's not coming out.
Gross.
You see both Snor and LD kind of just like face palming right now, like, oh.
I just
damn.
turned to him and you're like, I don't think you're supposed to eat that one.
Are Snor and LD trying to hide themselves at all?
Not right at this second. I will
Okay.
get to that in a minute after I finish a little bit of roleplay.
So you do notice, they do notice, because their passive perception is high enough, that some people are kind of eyeing them a bit odd with that face of like, you look familiar.
Mm-hmm. I probably would have guessed that. So LD is going to try to round the group up a little bit to be like, hey, Willow, I know this is all very new and very exciting, but we need to have a meetup discussions preferably someplace secluded.
Okay, any suggestions?
So, where would Snort or LD remember there being a good spot to have a meetup?
The tavern.
Okay.
It is the most crowded and the easiest place to be inconspicuous in this town.
What was this town called?
Crosswind.
Crosswind, thank you.
So after they all, I'm assuming that everyone agrees we're going to go to the tavern.
Well, so you tell them all to go to the tavern, right? The question is, does everybody go straight to the tavern? There's a lot of stuff like y'all have not seen here.
Yeah, like forests and anything like the Fey Realm, I would know. Desert, she would have never seen, I don't think, unless there's a desert in the Fey Realm.
well, like, and there's not. So the desert portions, there's new plants for some of you. There's new fish. There's new mechanisms. Some of the smithing techniques are different.
To her, it's like Disneyland that she'd never been to before.
I will emphasize that both Snor and Ellie are kind of like, I know this is exciting, but we need to have a meeting before we do anything else.
Okay,
I'll
but
take your word for it, but
you're gonna have to give us some time afterwards to play.
Explore.
I want a camel.
You have enough.
I will handle that. That
Okay.
is part of that. The camel is part of the meeting.
All right. So, who immediately starts to follow LD and Snort to the tavern?
Or if you go to the meeting, you're gonna get a camel.
War's going, but he's touching everything along the way.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Like
so
everything.
War's going. Lysander's going. Is Tarek going straight there and not like diverting at all?
Yeah, he's going with the intent. He's already made the intent clear that he's gonna go explore after. But
Drew.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay. Is Willow going, or is she getting distracted by shit?
No, she's being good and doing what they asked.
Okay, so you guys all make your way to the tavern.
She's got a cheese bag. She's easily distracted now.
So this tavern is much different than the one you guys have at home. This tavern has an outdoor seating area, and the tables inside are, instead of like tables, they are long benches. So they are more like cafeteria bench style than they are like tables with chairs. So you guys are all at the tavern.
So, Snur and LD will, where is it? Okay. So, Snur and LD will speaking up, and they will tell you that this is the town of... I already forgot the name. So
Crosswind.
This is the town of Crosswinds.
Breakwind?
Shut up.
It borders along the kingdom of the Wolf's Haven, and that means that Snur and I both urge our group to have caution. I am going to go out and see if I can't get a hold of any of my old contacts, and I will see about getting us the sand. What were they called? The sand.
The thingy.
The sand skit.
Sand skirter.
Sand skirter.
So I will see if I can get in touch with some of my old contacts and see if I can get us a group of sand skirters. Snur and LD kind of like, it's that like big brotherly. He kind of puts Snur's hoodie up. Please keep them safe. Keep them out of trouble. And then LD kind of puts both his hoodie up and he puts his like scarf face covering up, and then he's going to be exiting to go out and go do all that.
Okay.
Right. So, recess time.
Sounds like it.
Then Snur basically speaks up, be like, yeah, I can show you around without any troubles.
I thought I saw some clever gears and inventions earlier that I've not seen before, so I'm gonna go look at that.
Yeah. There's some cool stuff here. A lot of it has to do with the desert dwelling stuff.
Say hi to Phoenix, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, baby.
I know. He's upset. He's trying to find more popcorn.
And Willow, there's a couple. There's an I think there's an I remember there being an apothecary here somewhere. I don't know. It's been 10 years, so that might not be here yet. Might not be here again.
Hmm.
Who else? I can't think of anybody else at the moment. Well, I will try to make sure. My only he's kind of stumbling over his words, because he's not used to like doing this. My only advice is to try not to touch or eat, and he kind of glazes over to Tark, or eat anything you don't know what it is.
It was at a stall with food.
Those were herbs, and those were morely herbs and teas, not food. It doesn't taste
These are edible.
So is aloe.
They taste better when you drink it.
I could drink this? He kind of holds the stalk out.
He kind of like reaches to be like, you gotta.
Who's making random phone calls? Okay.
You know what? I will take you back to the tea place, and I will ask him to make you a tea. How about that?
Okay.
Defeated.
I think that's basically it for me, for roleplay wise.
So who wants to go where? This is going to be Dell's next question.
I guess I'm going back to the tea place, and then after that, I'm going to walk around and look at
The herbs place.
new kinds of tech that I have not been familiar with, and ask people about stuff until I can find more information while I'm sipping on my new tea.
Oh, that really hurt. All right, so everybody's scattering their separate ways, right?
Yeah, I'm going to check out the blacksmithing area to see their techniques and stuff.
Okay.
Do they have any runes?
They do not. But so we'll start with that because that's the easiest. The biggest difference between what you have to do and what they have to do is it is much hotter here, so they don't have to use as much to heat everything. However, where you use water to quench stuff because of the temperature difference, they actually use chilled oil to quench stuff here. So what you're used to using for like machinery or like to oil to make stuff move, they're actually dunking whole blades into. And it lets them make some interesting curves to their weapons. For anybody that knows what this weapon is, this is the first time that you would have seen somebody making it's called a kapesh. It's a European sword that looks kind of funky. I can post a photo of it.
It's the one with the really big curve, isn't it?
It is or Kopesh, sorry. It's not like it's a really big curve. It's just a weird way that it curves. I posted a photo in D&D chat.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah.
It's a Egyptian weapon.
Yeah.
And it is very, very hard to do with what equivalent is like European techniques. So you're looking at that. Drew, what are you going to go look at?
I'm not sure of any specifics. I'll just be trying to find something new, something interesting.
I mean, everything is new and interesting at this place. The social dynamic is entirely different.
And I imagine it'll be kind of like the city we went to, where my eyes will just be as big as saucers. My mouth will be wide open, and one hand will have my notes, and the other hand will be quickly scribbling as my brain just tries to process, and my hands try to keep up.
So you're that tourist. Got it.
Yeah, we don't have pictures.
Luke, what are you doing?
So first I needed to change my audio to City in the Desert because more interesting. So after I got shown back to the tea stand and got some tea that I could actually drink with my confusion, I'm going to walk around and try to find new interesting tech and designs and different methods of whatever they've got going on there.
Okay.
And start asking questions like, what is this? How does this work? What do you do with it?
So where you're used to them using like any kind of power that they use, right, for stuff is done via water with the rivers or, mules or something. This place is all powered by like wind turbines. So like wind is powering the mills. It's powering stuff such as like the power hammers for the smith and stuff like that.
Okay, I'm just kind of looking at maybe the differences in development, maybe down to like the different kinds of bearings and stuff that they're using. To see if I can find anything. It's like, is their method a little bit smoother? How does it interact with this?
Their method is far more efficient because it has to be because of the wind.
And specifically, I'm also looking at how are they. The thing I'm most interested in is how are they using the ambient heat, like the additional heat that's going on, to their advantage. It's like, I could probably do something with this.
So for like the smithing, they don't like. Back home, they have to get the forge to like 400 or 500 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And that that takes a lot of wood. Here, for them to get 400 to 500 degrees takes about 30 to 35% less material. As far as their wind energy, your back home, your hydro energy and using like farm animals and stuff to turn things, you get about a 25% efficiency rate. Here they get about 45% efficiency rate for the wind power. So their bearings are obviously better, and whatever mechanisms they've used to convert stuff, like their gear ratios, are better.
Okay, well, I'm going to start taking note of that specifically, and I have more interest in that because airships, how can I improve the design?
I would like to point out that Snore is going around probably mostly to Willow and War, saying Willow is like, no, that one will kill you if you touch it, and he's going to War like, that one will explode if you touch that.
What's Lysander doing?
What will explode?
Lysander will.
It was an example, War.
Lysander, I mean, is very curious about all this stuff. He's very curious about the social dynamics. He's very curious about the music, but he's here on business.
Okay.
So he'll be doing his best to try to track down any information on the thing we're looking for.
Okay. So as far as social dynamic, where you're expecting like a hierarchy of like merchants, commoners, nobles, everybody here appears to act as if they're equal. They all hold the same social status. They all interact like they're all on the same level. Everybody also wears the same fashions, whereas you're familiar with, like, purple is expensive to make, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here, everybody wears the same type of fashion, the same set of, like, earthy colors that are easy to make. You know, not many people have, like, gold and stuff sewn into their clothes like you would expect. And there are obviously far more wealthy people because they have cleaner clothes, but it's all the same style, material, and color.
Interesting.
As far as where this thing might be, nobody knows, but you do get information on like what it would take to get into the Burning Sands, as far as like you need a guide and a sand skirter.
Which LD is currently
possibly a crew for the sand skirter, depending on how familiar you are with sand skirters.
And the other thing Lysander would be looking into is appropriate survival gear.
Y'all's clothing is not suited for the desert. It is far too thick.
That's exactly what I was getting at.
So you will need to have desert clothing. We can get into that in a minute. Tide, are you just running around checking out everything?
Yeah, I'm checking out all kinds of things, but was looking at the apothecary to see if.
So the apothecary and the herbalist, like the apothecary ends up making the same things, aside from the fact that they have like sunscreen and stuff to help with hydration. They use different plants for it, but also they have different cheeses here.
Oh no! Fuck.
There are some cheeses that you are not familiar with.
Okay, she's gonna ask about them.
BRB, guys, I gotta step away for a second.
Okay. There are also a couple booths that are selling cheese-coated fish.
She's gonna pass on that.
Like, okay, it's cooked fish that they like dip in a cheese fountain and then let the cheese kind of like turn back into a solid. Okay.
Come on, it's basically just a cheese-coated fish stick.
She would
it's
cheese
he
and leave
literally
the fish.
just made what you wanted, a cheese chocolate fountain.
It's fondue. It's
You see,
cheese fountain.
There was one of those at the party we went to.
Willow would see Senior kind of kind of pay for one and just like have like a handful of cheese cubes. I'm like, huh, I haven't had this one in like 10 years. Ow.
Yeah, so this is all made from different milks, different products. Tide, however, after about 10-15 minutes, you get the feeling that somebody is following you.
Can I
It's the LSD.
Can I notice who it is without
Roll a
alerting
perception
them?
check.
Okay.
It's the cheese monster.
You know what's probably amazing about that fondue is that it's probably just the cheese is staying melted because of the heat.
Because the weather.
So you do notice them. The next question is, is Willow lactose intolerant?
No.
God, I hope not.
Why would I do that to myself?
Because who doesn't?
Have
know
you met lactose intolerant people?
I mean, yeah, but why would I choose to have her
Fuck off.
lactose intolerant? Like, what the fuck?
Because they don't care. You heard Toilet.
I
They're
get-
lactose intolerant, but they still eat cheese and ice cream.
I mean, I get that, but why having the choice would I choose to make her lactose intolerant? That's just fucking cruel.
Because
you deal with chemicals, and
Yeah.
you would be able to do chemical warfare.
I'd just say a fucking drumstick of ice cream.
I'm just so incredibly proud of my ancestors who were so headstrong and stubborn that despite everybody being lactose intolerant from the beginning, they didn't give a shit. They just kept going until they built up enough tolerance, and now I can enjoy it at my leisure.
I'd be able to enjoy it, brother, but I've been farting hardcore for like the past 30 minutes. Just happy my wife has COVID right now and has no smell.
Oh, thank God.
Like, Tide,
Poor thing.
and I say this with all the love to my friends, every person I know that is lactose intolerant, from the mild to the severe, does not care. They will
don't.
go and eat cheese and ice cream, even if it kills them.
Yep.
And me too, except I'm not affected.
I no joke missed like half of my 6th grade school year because I had this crazy illness that just made me sick all the time, and that's when my parents realized I was lactose intolerant. And a family of 6 people, 5 people had one kind of milk, and I had my own kind of milk. So like I got my own personal gallon of milk or 2.
So that
Like,
made you
I got
feel
my
real
own milk, and then the rest of the family got their milk. That's how much milk I drank while being lactose intolerant.
Like, Tide, no joke, I love chocolate milk, and I'm not gonna stop drinking it.
I mean, chalky milk is bomb, so.
That's right.
So, I have a friend who, if she eats more than a single scoop of ice cream, will have to go to the hospital because of how bad it is.
Wow, that's so.
This
I'm not like
this
that.
woman with her last breakup ate 2 pints of ice cream and did not care.
Damn.
Poor girl.
Right.
We're diverting from D&D though.
Wow, that was an interesting tangent that I missed. Okay.
We were discussing whether or not Willow is lactose intolerant, and Ty was like, "Why would I?" And I'm like, "Because they still eat lactose. I don't care."
Yeah, but that doesn't
that's
matter.
the thing. What's the thing about lactose intolerance? It's, I mean, if it's actually found that it is really based on how much of it you eat. Because lactose intolerance is far more common in places that don't have a lot of dairy.
Yep.
It's like a reward.
So,
and to be fair, Dale, I will say that I don't care to a point, but I have learned, whereas, like, if I go out for a milkshake per se, if I want to fuck myself up, I'll get the large, but I'm going to be regretting it later. So most of the time, I will stick with the small and just deal with it.
I'm sorry. So no, she's not. I'm not. I would not do that to her. I'm sorry.
I forgot what the conversation was before the lactose.
He said
Willow
that I saw
was
different
being
type of cheeses.
Well, no, the last bit was Willow was being followed.
yeah. So,
Yes.
Willow, you do notice there's an individual in what looks like the desert garb of about half the people here. And this person, like some other people you've noticed, is wearing some sort of mask that has a tube that goes behind them, so you cannot make out their face, their body structure, or any details about them because they are mostly covered by cloth. And they're doing a very good job of trying to hide that they're following you, but you managed to pick up on it.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to
Sniff 'em.
motion. Yes, I should. Fucking should.
You walk up to him and sniff him.
He would totally fucking. Well, yeah, of course he'd know.
Like, who are you? You
I'm
don't
going-
smell like a
I'm
person.
so sorry.
I'm going to motion to. Is it just Senora that's next to me, or both of them?
So when you notice this individual, you are by yourself.
I'm by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's kind of going back and forth, like making sure nobody.
He's making sure nobody
dies.
makes a mistake.
How long
No
is this
one
person
blow up.
lingering so far?
After you clock them, you realize that they are following you, like, for quite a while.
Is there a lot of
store to
fae
store.
around? Like, are they used to seeing a lot of fae creatures?
Some people mention it, some people don't. You're not really sure.
Mm-hmm. By this time, have you made your rounds, Senora?
Like,
There would be a point during this time when Snore does show back up.
Okay. She's gonna motion to him that she's being followed.
damn,
Perception check?
she already did a perception check.
That was Sidel.
If she tells you no, you don't need to roll a perception check because she can point them out.
Are we there? Just Snore.
At this point, you guys have all separated, and it's just her and Snore.
I'm gonna lean next to him and be like, "Should I sniff him?"
Let's not sniff him. Let's not draw attention, and let's not draw attention. Let's make him think that we don't know that he's following you.
But he would know, and he would stop.
I'm going to split off, but I'm going to be following you. I'm going to be words. I'm going to split off, and I'm going to keep an eye on you. And if he does something, and if he tries something, I will be there to stop him. I'm going to go do the sneaky, and I'm going to try to gather some information about him before we do anything else.
She's going to start kind of moseying to other stalls just to see if he's still following and how he's reacting or how he's acting.
And we are cutting off, and we are going to go the stealth approach.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Snore and LD are going stealthy, or Willow is too.
No, I'm being normal.
Okay.
Let me tell you this. LD is still out trying to gain. When LD told everybody that he was going to go and reach out to his contacts to try to get the sand spreaders in the tavern. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
So LD is not back yet because we haven't.
So
it's
just Snore then.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Since it's out in broad daylight, will I have to roll at disadvantage or?
No. I'll let you roll regularly.
Okay, I'm still going to roll pass without a trace anyway.
Okay.
That's another plus 10. 30.
Cool. Tide, while you're waiting for Snore to do a sneaky thing, you start hearing that winding click again. From so long ago.
Winding click?
You remember that noise you heard way, way back when?
That was like a screaming. Or like
no.
Are you talking about the do that owl thing?
27.
Do you remember what was it last time? We didn't know. It was just a sound. Right? I don't remember that sound.
I have the soundboard for it. I just have to find it.
Is it the face singing thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's the Suzume soundboard thing that I had. There it is. this.
Oh god, that's creepy.
It's not. I love it.
I love this sound. It's from an anime, which makes it
Kind of calming, actually.
that metallic rattle click, and then you start hearing that singing coming with it.
Okay.
It's been a couple years since you've heard that, but it was not a good thing when you heard that, if you remember correctly.
I don't
remember what,
correctly.
if I remember what this is, it's not a good thing.
Wasn't it those people that just showed up?
So last time you had somebody show up with it was an individual that worked for Mab.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So right now you just hear it in your head. It's not paralyzing. It's not.
Okay.
It's just that level of noise that you heard last time last time you panicked, because it was just there. But this time you know what it means. So what do you do when you hear that noise?
I mean, she becomes alert and just kind of becomes hyper aware of her surroundings and is looking around.
Okay.
Does she leave a pellet trail?
Nope. She's about to leave him on your pillow if you don't shut up.
Jesus Christ, the sass.
I love it. I love every minute of it.
Might as well go and get this over with. I'm going to see that she gets put to attention. It's like, so you do hear the bells. But I'm saying this all in Sylvan.
Okay.
What?
Let's see. Short. Horns. Cheese? Yeah, cheese. The bag. Gives it away instantly. I'm guessing you're Willow.
I might be.
Don't play coy. Been doing this a lot longer than you've been alive.
And who are you?
Let's say the bearer of bad or good news, depending on how you see it.
Do you like cheese?
Yeah. I'd say I do.
She's gonna
Then I
pull
say
out a
it's
little
good
piece of
taste.
cheese from her bag.
Willow's confronted by a stranger. Do you like cheese?
He's
You
gonna
like
pull
jazz?
off his little
Bad
desert
cheese.
dwelling mask. And I'm just gonna go in and put that this is a 7.5 foot tall man
Mhm.
that has been following you this whole time. And he takes off his mask and his face is all like greenish pale, and he eats it. He looks down at you.
Please make him lactose intolerant.
Maybe. I've come to tell you that your family is dead.
He looks down at you.
What?
Thank you for ruining the moment there, by the way.
See, I did that while everybody was doing it to just wait for the silence.
I didn't know it was Blue following her. I so wanted to just fart in that guy's tube.
That's so fucked up. You can't even reach it.
All right, so
your
family's
dead. I'd hate to drop this on you, but you know it is kind of my job. And I was basically sent to ask you if you know anybody that would do, the normal things to try to hunt down a murderer.
Are you talking about the druid circle or before that?
Oh, hon, I'm talking about your mother and father. They're just pieces.
I do not know. It's been a long time since I've seen them.
Well, would you happen to know anybody that's in the market for body parts?
That's fucked up.
Did just kind of not rob anything. They just literally dismembered and took pieces.
Nope.
That's fucked up.
Well, I was told that you were going to be next. So I'll give it you a choice. Would you rather me follow from behind and send your little babysitter off again? Or, I can just walk up here so that way he's gonna be coming out of nowhere, isn't he? He's just following me.
Are you talking about Wolf Boy?
Yeah, the silver-haired one. I don't know. He just ran off.
He's doing what he does best.
Snore, you notice a raven is circling you, by the way.
That checks out. I guess by the time
Why here of all places? I mean,
guess by
she
the
told me to go to
time-
the desert, but yeah.
by the time he's listening to this, that seems like Willow and him are just talking, and he does kind of see that Willow's a little sad. Willow seems to be in shock, so he's going to still be on edge, but he is going to show himself.
Ah, there he is. Welcome back.
And you are?
I guess I can give you my name. I don't think it would be too bad. It's Morven.
And
Or at least that's what you can call me.
and why are you following my satyr friend?
Well, the Queen of Winter has decided that she might be next in a brutal string of dismemberment.
Why? From her orders?
Yeah, unfortunately. She doesn't like to make a lot of sense, but it was more of a, they killed a whole town, she's a part of the town, they might go after her, so go watch her for a bit. Get sent to a fucking desert.
So, wait, she ordered my parents' death? Or she's
No,
ordered protection?
no. It would be a lot more simple. Protection hunt.
Oh.
See, though you're not necessarily there all the time, she still somewhat cares about the people that are from her court. You are from the Winter Court, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't fuck
Mhm.
up. Got it. All right, cool.
Nope, that's why I gave you her name.
Yep, thanks. So it's perfectly fine if it's a little uncomfortable for someone like me to be up on you, but just know I will be keeping my eye on.
Thank you. And she'll hand him another cheese cube and look at Senor and be like, what do we do now?
Gonna hand him the cheese cube. I can't have too many of those.
Yes!
Right now he kind of sees that Willow is kind of...
Hang on, real quick. Wasn't that all in Sylvan, Blue?
I kind of figured once I started talking to Snow, it would switch.
Okay. So, Snow, for most of that, until he started addressing you, it was in a language you don't understand.
Okay.
I think.
Can I do history on his name since it's part of the area?
Snow,
that
do
I'm
you
in?
speak Sylvan, actually?
I do not.
Okay, then yeah. It's a language you don't understand. But you can, Blue.
Yay! I got high in that one. That's a 27.
You do recognize Snore. It is one of a dozen. You also recognize his hair color and his face.
Oh, fun.
You would happen to be the one that did it, have you? I've heard you were in the Feywilds for a little bit.
Does Mom know who did it?
No, hun, that's why I'm here. Unfortunately, that means I have to track you across the desert and figure out who killed them all. He's not making it very fair.
I hope you can be in two places at once.
Something tells me that they're closer than I think. But you never know. Like it could be this man. He has a history on killing people.
Ooh.
That was directed at Senor. Yeah.
I figured.
Snewer's gonna kind of just ignore. He's gonna kind of just ignore that. Just like it's kind of, he's gonna just blow past that, and he's going to kind of focus on Willow. He's probably heard something about her parents dying. He's probably heard at least like her parents dying, kind of.
Nope. This is the
No, that
first
was
that
Tilden.
any of y'all have heard about this.
No, I mean her say it.
No, she didn't know.
She didn't say anything
Right
about it.
now.
She hasn't said anything about it.
have.
Only
When
I
he-
have.
When he mentioned it, it was in Sylvan, so you didn't hear him say that.
You just heard foreign language sadness.
Okay.
And then
So
yeah.
let's do this. He's going to kind of while Morven's making rude comments, he's going to focus on Willow and ask her if she is alright, because obviously something's wrong.
Well, it says my parents were murdered. So,
Oh man, Dell, you said I could do this, but I'm kind of having second thoughts now.
Good, do
It's,
come on.
It's kind of fucked up.
Fucking coward.
After that happens, I'm gonna look at Willow. If you'd like to see them, they're outside the city waiting on you. And then I'm just gonna walk towards the gates.
She's not gonna say that.
That was in common.
You kind of hear Ulfar start growling a little bit, and Snore kind of heals him. And then he's gonna kind of take a deep breath and...
Oh, this is gonna be really fucked up. What? It was a good choice. It was a good choice.
He's gonna kind of try to give Willow a bit of comfort, I guess, in saying that he, in a way, he does know he does know what it's like to lose his parents, in a way, because well, and that he's very sorry for
Bless you.
her loss.
I don't know if I want to go over there.
Does Willow follow him at all?
If she did, it wouldn't be alone.
That's fair.
I mean, Snore is there.
Would you like me to go with you?
I feel like she's gonna try to round up more people first.
Okay. I mean, she does have a phone that looks like.
Do I have one too?
Last time you were the other one that had one, so I would say yes,
Yeah,
unless
but I-
Tarek says otherwise.
But I can't get it to work. Like I can't
Well,
use
if
it, right?
If he did the enchantment on it, then anybody can use it. That's why he gave me one.
You just pick it up and go. Ooh.
Is it though? Did you give me one?
Huh? I don't recall. I think I only gave it to Blue. or
I
Rug.
know she had one at one point. I just don't remember if you took it back or not.
I feel like I would have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go look for them.
I mean, it's not hard to find them at some point, right? They're all wandering around, so.
Tarek would have also typically hidden it inside of something because he doesn't want the nature of what he's doing to be known by just everybody, mostly because he still finds it very funny. So
yeah,
she wouldn't know it's just a stone.
Who does she find first?
I mean, you probably find them slowly, all one at a time. Tarek or War would be first.
Okay, she's gonna kind of walk up to Tarek in silence and just look at him, and you could tell that her eyes are glossy, and she hasn't said anything.
He's just got like a armful of various different kinds of fruit, and he's got a bite full of just like.
No, thank you.
He kind of hands you some. And there's like a cube of cheese, like a weird cheese that he's never seen. It's like,
it's blue. Look,
it's blue cheese.
No, thank you.
Tarek, we need to have a serious talk.
Oh,
this is an intervention.
You have an addiction, hon.
I'm kidding.
It's okay. We can work through this.
Who's
Say
this
hi,
guy?
Say hi.
He's not with me, right? What was
No.
But you do notice a raven following you.
Mhm.
Alex, say hi since you're being a butthead.
She looks mad.
Hi, Alex.
Got her ears all flat.
She's mad because I picked her up when she was trying to rub against all the things that could spill liquid everywhere.
Of course.
I was waiting for her to slap him.
I was going to say, if she slapped him, I would have laughed so hard.
Right.
Just ba ba ba.
She is the only cat that won't slap me, actually.
It's a good one.
So Tarek's like, okay, and he starts kind of carefully reaching behind him and trying to grab at something, and then he kind of reaches this.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw for me?
For jeez.
My God. Willow's gonna walk to the nearest vendor and ask him if they have a basket.
Yeah.
You ruining Willow's moment with her parents.
Over cheese.
I don't know what's wrong yet.
That's fair.
I rolled a 7.
You definitely stumbled quite a bit, and you do get a basket tied.
Okay, I'm gonna bring him the basket and say, put your stuff in here, please.
Okay, thank you. And he kind of puts everything in the basket. And
Tarek is that shopper that doesn't believe in baskets, just carries like all 19 groceries through fucking Walmart.
It was more like he just saw a bunch of stalls and kept seeing different kinds of fruit he's never seen before, and he would just like, he just had a couple at first. He's like, oh, I'll get one of those. And then he would keep walking a little bit. It's like, oh, let me get 2 of those. And then
So Tarek
before
is
he
a
knew it,
horrible window shopper. Got it.
Yeah.
This is
Now,
why
now I'm just imagining Tarek with an armful of pineapples and shit. Okay.
That's all. I picture Tarek just going table to table, just ooh, piece of candy. Ooh,
yeah, it's
candy.
That's
piece of
exactly
candy.
what happened.
But yes, so she still seems very upset, Luke.
Okay, I'm like, all right. I'm sorry. What's going on?
Well, Snore and I were doing what you were doing, looking around at stuff, and I noticed that there was this really tall person following me from around, like walking around and following us.
Oh.
And I noticed,
Okay.
I noticed it, and I told Snore about it, and he went into sneak mode, and went and hid, and then the person thing came up to me, and then said that my parents were murdered, and that I was next.
My goodness, I'm so sorry. You're next?
That sounds like I killed him.
Hey, that's what she got out of it.
I love the way that Willow plays the telephone game. It makes it 100% funnier.
Did he threaten you? Where's he at? And he starts pulling out his thing, and he starts racking things. Like, where'd he go?
He said he was
earlier
he
than
said
expected.
he said he was gonna follow really close and keep watching me.
He starts looking at the
And you know
rooftops
what?
and stuff, and is like,
That was all in Sylvan, so Snore doesn't know to correct it. Doesn't know how to correct Willow either. Just like,
he kind of he's doing this number. And he kind of like pushes on Willow's shoulders, like, and he's kind of points is gesturing towards Snore and is like, gotta get her hidden.
He
He's
did.
like,
He
just keep going.
wait. He did say that Mob ordered him to protect me because I was next.
Oh. So why isn't he here?
He said if I wanted to see my parents, they were just outside the gate, and he went outside the gate.
He just said they were dead. I don't understand.
He said they're in pieces.
I don't think you should go and see them then. That's a cob.
Yeah. I don't know what to do.
Maybe we don't talk to strangers in new environments. And just like, let's go back to the
Luke just
tavern.
pulled the, all right, kids, stranger danger.
Let's go back to the tavern. It's like, let's not just trust every tall, strange man whispering weird omens into our ears when we go to new places.
But he took a cheese. He took a piece of cheese from me, and then he
hey,
was nice.
little mama, let me whisper in your ear.
Let's go back.
Luke, you need to give her the military safety brief from now on.
He said that he's waiting out the thing for us.
Have you ever heard of the dangers of a second location?
No. He took
Never
cheese.
go to a secondary location.
He took my cheese cube though.
He took my cheese. So he's
Best thing ever.
He took my cheese cube, so he's fine in my book.
The chances of coming back from a secondary location are very small. Let's just go back to the
That's
tavern.
why I came to get you guys, so I didn't go by myself. I think you should meet him. Because if he's going to be around following us in the shadows, I think you should at least know he's there.
Oh, I think he'll come find us in a place.
Are you
that's not
muted if you're
outside
talking to
town.
us, Blue? Okay.
Like, I think he'll come find us if... It's like, I'm not gonna go meet a stranger outside of town.
I
That's...
I also need helps because I think my parents should have an actual burial.
You're gonna go meet him regardless?
Mm-hmm.
How far outside of town is this?
He said right outside the gate.
I'll go with you.
Give me 15 minutes.
Okay.
You have 14 minutes and 59 seconds.
And you see kind of Tarek kind of look around towards the gate that you're kind of pointing at, and he starts getting up on rooftops, and it looks like he's setting up.
Sniper tower.
Okay. Who else does Willow go and find? Anybody else?
Yeah, she'll tell War the same thing.
Okay. You will find Lysander and Drew
Yeah.
as well.
I'll tell
Okay.
them all and see if they
So
want
you
to.
amass everybody. Is anybody not going to go with Willow when she tells you that there's a strange man that says my parents are dead?
Everybody except LD. I will.
Okay.
take that.
Sorry, every time you say it, it just sounds so much worse every time.
Biggs,
But that's
is
how it
Lysander going to go with
happens.
her?
Yeah.
Okay. Drew?
I'm joining in the fun.
Okay. So all of you make your way out the gate towards the desert side. The air is a lot harsher here. You like when you breathe in, you feel like the sand is cutting into your throat. And there
Willow's-
stands this 7-foot tall individual, just like 5-10 feet outside the gate.
Because of the sand, and I have like a reddish brown shawl thing she keeps tucked under her into her bag, and she took it out and she wraps it around like her cape over her face.
Okay.
And then walks forward.
Oh, so you grabbed everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a group
more people.
6 people in front of you.
Okay. Now, I do usually only do this upon request, but I figured since I had to go to a different realm, I might as well just go on and bring them with me. So this is going to be very, very hard for you. But do know they're not going to attack you. And this is purely so you can say your goodbyes, and then we will bury them. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, if you guys would like to follow to a small little alcove over here.
How does Tark feel about a third location?
Well, I mean, I can't obviously keep them out here, out in the open.
He would curse and start immediately adjusting.
Look, friends, if it makes you feel better, I don't have anything to physically harm you.
For those of you that don't understand, the idea of secondary location is very much like a meeting place. You get told it a lot, at least I did when I was active duty. So the idea of a third location is even worse.
I was going to say, the first location they always make public to bring you to the second location, where it's then hidden. So now I'm bringing you to a third location.
I was making a John Mulaney reference.
There's that too.
I mean, if you would like, I can bring them here, but I don't know how they'll do in the sand.
Listen, we'll have hand on rapier the whole time, just because.
It's fine. I understand. Purple. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Don't you just
know more?
Faye? Okay.
Oh,
if you would all
lovely.
follow
Yes.
me. Okay, I'm going to basically take you all to a lovely little alcove where inside you see 4 shambling corpses. 2 of which are a bit smaller than the other 2, but you know, they're still there. And the 2 that are your parents are basically gonna be about probably 1 arm apiece, torn ligaments everywhere, and then neither of them have hearts. Now, as I said, they did take basically what body parts they wanted. But they do still have their horns. I know that's a thing with satyrs. So if there's any plus, there's that. If you would like to say anything to your parents, go for it. And then, you know, I will undo the spell. They will drop and we will bury them.
She just
Unless
kinda...
you have another form of burial.
My look is very in character right now.
The whole time, Tarek is from afar as best as he can. He's just got a scope kind of watching.
Morven just pulls up a stool
Are
and
you
sits down and
are
waits.
you outside this alcove for that loot?
I kind of watched them keep moving, and I kept readjusting to where I could have an eye on them the whole time, but I'm far away enough that it's not easy to just spot me.
Okay.
It's a raven outside.
I don't know that.
I would... She feels like she would prefer to have them buried, like, close to her home, maybe.
So you want me to keep them around until we go back? I will let you know, I usually just raise them to help defend. I'm not exactly a fighter.
I also might add that,
So if stuff happens, they will be the body shield.
No, I don't want that.
Okay. If it helps, anything that they resembled a home is now gone.
I'm at my home. In our town.
She did say you had a town.
Mm-hmm.
I'd ask why here, but by rapier and you're missing one, I can kind of expect you're not going to tell me.
At this point, all of you, it goes from absurdly warm to insanely cold.
Mm.
Two of
Not
you
great.
recognize this feeling.
Yep.
Well, see, I tried.
If this is what I think it is, Lysander might too.
It's mob.
He dealt with the Winter
You would
Court
be
stone.
aware of the phenomenon, but it wouldn't be like an instant recognition like those two do.
Got it. That makes sense.
And both of you are like, from the back of this alcove walks Queen Mab, and she goes, "I see you two have finally found each other."
Well, she did kind of disappear into a desert. Wasn't
She
expecting
just
that one.
stares at you.
Look, they took a portal. I took a slightly different way. I still got here at the same time.
Uh-huh.
What happened?
I wish I could tell you. Some hunters came through, attacked, and not only did they massacre the town, they took random body parts. I wish I had an answer for you.
Me too.
I have a theory, but I don't.
Your
It's very speculative, but I have a theory.
your family line is not destroyed, but at least your parents and one of your cousins didn't make it.
You didn't tell me about the cousin. I could have brought them.
Yes, well, you only get to know what you need to know.
Well, you let me bring the parents.
Because it was a point of reference.
She kind of has her moment of silence, and she gestures to the two of them and asks, "Is it possible for, because we're going to bury him, how easy is it for you to go to other places?"
For me, easy.
Could
Me,
you?
it takes a little
Snap of a finger. Him, he's a problem, and she just stares at you, Blue.
Oh, thank you.
Could
100 years of service, and she still does this every time.
I ask that you bury them by my house?
Of course.
Thank you.
Anything else you would like? Poor girl.
No. Just any information you
Might
might
you
find.
tell the gunman outside that this is happening, or am I still gonna get shot?
If he tries to shoot you, it will be hilarious.
He'll only shoot
Or-
you if I. He'll only shoot you if I tell him to, or he feels like it, or you give him a reason.
He gave the other stone to the big orc dude.
Not.
don't
It
have
doesn't
one.
take you long, Loot.
So you see me kind of fly up on my boots and kind of land with my rifle kind of at a low ready. He's like, "Oh, it's you again."
Oh, it's
like-
you again.
I'm guessing
That,
they don't have
I'm
a good
guessing-
relationship with you either.
It's like I'm guessing he's involved somehow with her.
She
That's-
just
that's where this is.
looks at Tarek and goes, "Oh, he's just an asshole."
I get paid.
Everybody involved with you is.
No, you admire science over faith, and science over magic, and it's just annoying.
actually, when Tarek
Science
says
and
that,
magic are two sides of the same coin.
when Tarek says that, Tarek makes that comment about everybody associated with her as an asshole. Lysander will shoot him a look like, seriously?
I kind of I noticed it was like,
However,
You know how
you're not
often-
associated with her, though, are you?
Yeah, no. You remember who sent Lysander to find y'all?
Her.
It was Mob?
Her.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
It's okay. We know he's an asshole too. It's just a
But she looks at Tarek and goes, two sides of the same coin, but you don't respect the other side.
disagree.
She just smirks at you.
She's got a point. As much as I hate to admit it.
I just don't like making deals. That's with
And not everything has to
Higher
be a
powers.
deal. Look at him, and she points at Blue's character and goes, He just chooses to bring things back. No deal involved.
I've never
Well,
once.
I mean, payment. Don't forget payment.
No. I'm talking about those, and she points at the bodies. You didn't make a deal with them.
No, but they're just laying there. I mean, it'd be kind of rude not to.
He kind of looks over at the Thelma and is like, okay.
It's not like I go to graveyards, just, battle sites and raided villages and, if I'm desperate, a graveyard. But, we don't talk about that one.
Last time we were just taking a look at. I see why you say he's an asshole.
Most that deal with higher powers tend to get a chip on their shoulder, I've found. They don't like to talk to you like normal people. Tend to look down their nose a little bit.
I don't talk to you like a normal person because you're not a normal person.
Willow
is a lovely individual.
So I was right. I figured with the cheese thing, but usually don't hang around that all too much.
I don't know where she got her taste for cheese, but
banquets.
I mean, it makes it really easy to find you, which is lucky that I'm the one looking for you and not. You might want to hide the cheese thing now that I'm thinking about it.
There's no hiding the cheese thing.
If you are next, that's how I found you.
Isn't that your job? To protect?
Yes, but
protect
you
is
can
such
always
a
make it
loose
easier.
term. I told him to protect once, and he thought because he brought the person back, he was still protecting. So take that for what you will.
I got there and they were dead. I protected their remains.
Lost the toilet.
Yep, he's going to bed. He's exhausted. So is his wife. He messaged me. He's good.
Okay.
So it's not so much that I didn't protect them. I protected what was there when I got there.
No, okay. I told you to protect. You know what? We're not going to argue about this.
You
Willow,
have the chance
darling.
to teleport me anywhere, and you make me walk. Whose fault?
I understand that this is a lot to take in. However, if you could also do me a favor while you're going about your business, if you happen to see anybody that is hunting for specific body parts, could you assist our mutual friend here in removing them from the gene pool?
It's gonna be fun.
I see no issues with that.
And if they're strong enough, they can be new bodyguards. Oh, sorry. That's just my talk. Y'all go ahead.
Well, of course, there's always the issue if you're asking us to do something on your behalf.
Oh, your end of the deal is she doesn't die. Take that for what you will.
No, see that's not. See, I would have made sure. I would have done that even without somebody asking. He's asking for something that's specific. That's not that.
See, this is why you don't get to make the deals.
I've made a deal with her. It actually
Not
worked out
you,
for
her.
once.
It
It actually worked out for me.
You two are like children. Willow, darling. Just be
talking
careful,
about
okay?
math, but okay.
Good luck. Have fun. And by the way, the desert is cruel. Have fun. And she just...
Wade! Okay.
Question? I'll try.
She
my
already
best.
disappeared.
Yeah, but I might know. What's the question?
I was just gonna give her fruit. Here, you can have it, and he tosses it at you.
It could wash down the cheese.
I have more cheese. You want it?
Give me like an hour.
Cheese to wash
So.
down the cheese.
I threw
You guys get
something.
You guys get back to town to start to figure out what's going on. We'll go ahead and end there for tonight. You guys grouping up. Biggs, did Lysander buy any proper...
Yeah, he bought all
Okay.
that stuff for
So, Lysander has desert gear for everybody, which includes, clothing to make sure you don't overheat, scarves so you have scarves and masks depending on what you want to wear. In this region specifically, there are 2 ways to keep yourself from inhaling the very fine razor-like sand. You either wear a very tight scarf around most of your face, or you wear what Blue's character was wearing, effectively a gas mask and a hood.
It makes y'all spooky like.
So
I have a couple questions for after.
y'all can decide which you would prefer. We can go from there. It won't affect your armor class at all. It's just like the clothing that goes with your armor.
It's the same thing we did with the cold armor or cold clothing when war first started.
Means.
Well, okay. Well, damn.
Uh-oh. That's a weird look.
Oh, no.
Raggy.
I was like, wait, are we even still live? But we are.
Yes.
Because it didn't show on my thing that we were. Okay, Twitch.
I will never not laugh at that when in a vending machine when the choice that is 404 is empty.
Let's see here. Alright, guys. Let's find a good group to raid. That was one way to end it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Haha, my internet only died for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
And this episode was brought to you part by Trauma.
Everybody gets one.
I don't want a Tirana.
Trauma.
It's okay. You didn't have to make your character lactose to follow a bit.
Trauma.
Alright, guys, we are going to raid a fellow D&D group. They are called Tales Archived is their name. Wish them all the luck in their campaign. We will give them the warmest tide pool welcome.
And a whole lot of
darkness.
And the what?
I don't want to give them diabetes.
Oh, jeez.
Diabetes.
Alright, go give them all the love. Thank you, love you, bye.
Diabetes.
I can only give diabetes.
Tide, I'm all out of love. I only have war crimes and sarcasm.